Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Krabby McCoffee. And I'm really crabby this morning. That's right. You heard it from me. So this morning I woke up, right? I had to take a fucking bath soon. So I'll tell you the story. So I get up, right? Bladder is almost exploding, right? I couldn't hold it, right? And I get up and I'm running into the toilet and I said, "What are you doing?" Chloe's like, out, I gotta take the shit. All of a sudden, this is a prepper tactic, right? I squat, right? I get and toss everything I could and I squat, right? Next thing you know, I got I'm a sponge bathing afterwards because I'm in the tub. And Chloe's like, "Oh, I got diarrhea." Well, maybe it's the fucking food you ate. Think about it. You fucking cook jalapenos and you cook hamburger. Hamburger is freeze defrosted, right? Food Bank gives us hamburger. And she doesn't realize and all these people are like, "Oh, yes, right? Hamburgers, right?" So you find a plug?
Yes.
Oh, praise the Lord there. Let's see. So apparently it fits. Good. Just find a plug place in my office and I'm plugging in. That upper one doesn't plug. That's dead. Why do you think I'm using multi-taps? Thank you. All right, just plug it in my office. We'll get it charged. See, sometimes it pays to use cables that you might find not useful because you have like 20 or 30 phones. All right, let's get down to business, okay? Thanks for joining us today, everyone. For you new people, please add and subscribe and hit the like button. Subscribe for you comer backers. School's in session, so I'm not going to be here too long, okay? Decided I needed to do my coffee edition while talking to you guys about something important this morning. As a woman, I was watching videos last night. And there's this guy, right? And he's talking, and I spent like, I don't know how long, right? I was investigating this thing, right? And I was also on with Zoe in New York. Yeah. All of a sudden, I said, "Holy shit, let me pause this for a second. I'm going to play it again." And Zoe, she's getting tired anyway. She's like, "Hey, Rita." So, this morning, I literally tripped. By the way. Chloe was sleeping, by the way. And once I saw her this morning, I said, "Clean your shit up." I mean, we got a router, it's failing. We got a Tech 2 technician coming out possibly tomorrow. I can't have the Tech 2 technician be in here. The place is nasty. Trying to basically juggle everything, right? And I get an email. "Oh, you're a lazy son of a bitch. You're a lazy son of a bitch." Really? 95% of this fucking place the last time was cleaned by me. You know who's fucking lazy? Not me. I mean, literally, it took how long for the fucking garbage can? I'm lazy? Let me tell you, I'm not a fucking lazy peckerwood. You know who's lazy? It's people out there that want to plan your death and demise by taking people's fucking groceries away during a pandemic, The armed taking the unarmed. Oh, the unarmed are burden. We'll just kill them all and take their food. Really? So you'll kill their family and their family and then their family and then everyone around you just for their damn groceries because you think you're entitled. And this is why God says, watch out for I judge. Yep. Not me judging personally, but you get the idea. So we're not here to talk about that today. You know what I'm pissed about? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Finally had enough, right? I literally looked at it, see, Chloe's sitting there. She's running over and getting it, right? Point is there's a breaking point. There's a breaking point, right? A breaking point. You see, I told Chloe I didn't touch the beer last night, by the way. What did I have? 3 with you guys yesterday? I didn't even feel like drinking. And then I took a few light naps and replayed those videos. Okay, so today they were talking about Black Swan events. Those videos I were watching. There's a couple on YouTube. This guy was like, okay, so there's these investors, right? These investors, right, are turning around and they're talking about the banking market, right? And they're like, and the stock market will be, right? It will be great, right? Going on and on and on. And everything's going to rebound in 2023. You don't have to wear Atlanta milk honey, right? Then I was reading another person saying, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. You're going to see some days where they might lose 1,000 points, but it'll hit. It's going to be bigger than 2023, right? And the last guy was talking said, look, there's going to be a black swan event, and it's going to be catastrophic, and it's going to start with the devaluation of your houses. Oh, which reminds me, I need to check on something because sometimes, So, there's a book somewhere. I want to see this. I saw this the other day. That can be good at covers. I thought they had. Let me go look real quick. So I was talking to this guy, and these people are saying, look, you're doing a great job on your channel. So it was interesting, I was trying to find something about something real quick just to make sure I know what I'm looking for, right? Hmm. Okay, so I was watching this thing, right? And let me look. Make sure my volume's off. Yes, it is. Okay, so basically, one of these videos, right, is the video I want to share with you because it had the talking about the black. Widow. But if you don't get the right video, I said, you need to in it. So basically, it's a video, right? He's talking literally about the black swan, and I could not think of anything interesting, but wow, Yeah, you got all these guys, they're like, oh, yes, you got to do this and got to do that. And I was thinking to myself, where's that one that I enjoyed so much, because I thought it was, All right, let me see. No, it's not this guy. This guy was basically talking about stuff. Chloe was like, "Turn this off." Another guy was like going on and on and on. But there's this one guy that literally, and Chloe's like, "Oh, that guy is from the, Oh yeah, here it is. Let me see. I'm looking for this guy's book actually because this guy it was interesting. All right, let me see here. I got it. I think. All right, so okay, and what you do is you go over here, right, and then you do this. Yeah, you can find it, right? Okay, then you do this, right, and that will clear up a lot, and then we can find out about this guy's book because this guy's book, as I was trying to tell you, this guy opened my eyes up last night about the black swan theory. Look, I didn't care about this on his fucking name, you pecker wadded damn thingy. Here we go. The Great Devaluation. There we go. See, let's just look at this. Follow this guy. All right, so Gold is a Better Way, the ultimate collection for a marching prepping band. You'll see more. So apparently Chinese edition. Is it a Chinese edition? So apparently this is what I'm looking for. Okay, let me just go over to hardcover. Kind of like this. Okay, I like books, hardcover. Sorry for you, right? Zoe and I were talking about hardcover editions. There he is. This is like 10 something, right? Brand new, $22. This is something that I came across for YouTube last night. And the reviews, it's got 533 reviews. What's the reviews saying? So basically, this guy was talking, right? He's like, "Oh, it might be too late for, that's what the reviews say." Let me just show you what we're working on here. So I was looking at this, right? And I was looking at this book. Here we go. So this book I came across last night on YouTube while I was watching a video about the black swan, right? That's a market reset right there. A market reset. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, it's only gonna get worse or better or whatever." No, that's a market reset right there. When you come across smaller books like this amongst a treasure trove and you hear the guy speak, you know what's going on. I mean, literally, I don't have to go into details, okay, but let me give you the thing. Apparently, the Black Swan by this one financer is gonna happen on the backs of the housing market. Fortunately, all these people are analyzing, reanalyzing what's really gonna happen in America. It says great devaluation. How to embrace, prepare, and profit from the coming global monetary reset. You can't actually come to it because they want to make sure everyone is the same poor. So and that's the only thing I can tell you that the guy was completely wrong on was, oh, I'm still got his video going. Never mind. All right. So, one guy's talking about the black swan being done by in for other things. You got to look for books that will help you out when it comes to this stuff, and study up on the things that's going on. Kane, good morning. Anyway, so you preppers out there, you need to basically be well aware that there's a few people out there talking about the black swan. Is it too late? Let me tell you what I think's going to happen. Besides me sending Chloe out to get some tobacco, all right? So this morning, too many people financing everything anyway. Chloe actually sat down again, and she was watching this new documentary, and then she said, "Oh, is there any books on this? Maybe I should read about it." You sitting down and reading a book? It literally piqued her interest, and then she said she's scared. She's scared of the coming apocalypse. Problem is we have a lot of problems coming down the pipe. The black swan, they're saying, will be a housing crash. I don't think so. I mean, look how many people are financing everything and not even getting, fat-free half and half out of stock from us. And that fat-free, yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff out of stock, my son. Let me tell you, Kane, dear old boy, there's a lot of shit out of stock, too. You know what else is out of stock, my friend? Chocolate milk, strawberry milk. Still can't get that stuff. Well, we know this. That's why today's oh yeah, did I say it already? I think Kane already heard me earlier. I assume school's in session. I had some mushroom soup, tomato soup. Tastes a little funny. And Chloe basically scorched it. Comes with tomato soup, you're not supposed to scorch it. You're not supposed to stay away. You're supposed to stir it constantly. This ain't beer, but Now, let me tell you a story, people. I'm going to tell you a story. Then I want you to think on this story. See, as soon as I'm done with my coffee time with you, I'm taking a bath today. I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm not working either. But I couldn't just sit back and not tell you about the story or the stuff coming down the pipe. You see. Also, you got to make sure you feed your friends, too. Morning, little guy. Will you be my neighbor this morning, huh? You hungry? Damn fucking balloon came off again. We're gonna have to have fucking Chloe fix this damn. I need to buy a new chair. Well, look, we know in the stores. I mean, look, there's an old saying that I get tired of, okay? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? Well, at the stores, they're basically trying to cover up, make things, I mean, literally. Oh, yeah, sorry, got to feed the little guy. You guys get to see me feed him this morning. What the hell is wrong with my coffee this morning? Is it the fucking milk? All right. So, story goes like this. We're going to be hitting a massive, massive tanking soon to the point of no return. Federal government's going to basically be blaming the Republicans. Because the Republicans don't care. Here you go. You see, the truth is, all right, so here's what's going to happen. In the future, you're going to have to make everything work. literally everything work. You're gonna have to take chances, and you're gonna have to basically be a frugal son of a bitch. A lot of people say, "Oh, I can't be a frugal son of a bitch." Yeah, you can. You see, financing is gonna basically be taken away from people. They're not gonna be able to survive without their credit cards, right? People with a debit account might be able to survive better. Just make sure to plan carefully. You better not have flung a poo shot at me, turd nugget. All right. So, today's discussion is make everything count. Say, for example, I went to Chloe and I said, "Hey, Chloe, my thing is broken. You might want to clean up yours. Use it as a Google Voice." And she said, "Oh, yeah, okay." The other day, and then I said, "Hey, Chloe," and she said, "What?" And I said, "Hey, I'll have to order one of these eventually." And she said, "What's the next priority?" I said, "Next priority, shopping cart for extra groceries." So when you basically are sitting there in a problematic world, you got to basically take your time to make the decision, okay? Now, I love Zoe dearly. Everyone knows this. Hell, I care for Chloe too, to a point. But let me tell you a story. Something that might wake you up to, okay? There's people in the world, right? There's true believers and non-believers, okay? The non-believers believe, no, we're not talking about religion, believes in America is going to be fine, right? They think, oh, it's all about, right? You got the people that say the thing's fine, but if you look at the stock market, right, 1929, 1923, it's a 94-year gap. We're overdue for a correction, right? So, I'm not going to do it. It's not my job. But here's the problem with the stock market, right? They're overinflating again with not very little regulatory thingy. So the regulatory is going up. The 1% are getting wealthier while the others are getting, but the others, they're just, So it's basically like purchase, buy and dump, right? But there's a lot of, but if there's a lot of certain regulations that can end up in the slammer for it. So a lot of things is I want to break down a few things for you this morning to think about, okay? The stores don't think we know. We notice. We definitely notice. We're not that stupid, Kane. Okay, so this morning it's going to be simple, okay? So you got to look at the stock markets, all right? I want you to take a look at stock markets as a homework assignment because I got something major for you, okay? Something major for you this morning. It's going to be big news, all right? When you look at the stock market, you got to look at the stocks, okay? Stocks, they say, I've studied a little bit. Stocks do better if someone's basically buying the product. Say, for example, Microsoft, right? Microsoft turns around and says, "Oh, we're worth." I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna give a hyperinflated number, $2 trillion in stock, right? They're not worth $2 trillion. The entire stock market's worth 10.5 trillion, last estimated, right? But anyways, let me just tell you, right? And then you got the Japanese Nikkei and then the Chinese, whatever. And they all go up and down, right? Some people can play it, some don't, right? But then back in the day, okay, you'd sit there, right? Back in the day, I'll tell you a story. Back in the day, right? Back in the day, you would turn around and you would literally hear someone say, "Hey, this Japanese stock's gonna go through the roof. You better put your money in it," right? Like Canon, Nikon, people would. Next, there's a war between Canon and Nikon, and they invest in both because they know they're gonna get their thing. And then one day someone says, "Oh, you better put your money in Nintendo or Sony or these smaller game companies like Enix." Next, no, their stocks are going through the roof because their companies are making games that people like, right? But what if company turns around, eventually takes away the games that thinking they can be propelled to other adventures, right? And you're like, and then eventually people start pulling back, saying, if you're not going to make some more profitable role-playing games, hypothetically, then we're taking our money out and reinvesting. Then the company gets shaky because their money, you're investing in the company, they're investing your money to bring in new development, and you're like, look, I don't want new development anymore. You guys are basically not giving us anything that's good. Maybe one out of 2 or 3 Nintendo things failed. The Virtual Boy and something else, right? But everything else, smooth sailing for Nintendo. And then, I'm not trying to be a braggart here. And then we have, the American people not knowing what's coming down the pipe. So you got me. And then I sit there, right? And I sit there and I think to myself, we all need a break. And, I will make a joke with you, okay? I haven't heard from Tildor 2 or 3 days, okay? And Higgins, the other day, we were on the phone. He's like, well, he said he's giving gift cards to everyone. Where's mine? That's what Higgins, me and Higgins were shooting the shit about that the other day. Zoe was making the joke, too. But you know what? Zoe also said don't give any email addresses out either, so... but the truth of the matter is this is not a time to sit here and beg for gift cards, I sit here and I make jokes about the gift cards, but you know what the truth is? I'll tell you what's inside counts. What's inside that counts is you guys got to get your house in order. I mean, look what happened to me this morning. Chloe's sleeping. I slammed my head into a door jam. I finally turned to her and I said, get this fucking house in order. You can't just sit there willy-nilly being like, and then on top of that, I got mad earlier, right? Literally, I don't get angry that often. Chloe looked at me and she's like, you want your coffee? She was like a robot. Do you want your coffee, master? I'm not your master. Pissed off this morning. Got out of bed, right? After having visions of what's going to happen to this country. I mean, Chloe's scared. I said, get your fucking house in order. You should have been on your walk hours ago, Missy. You see this? She comes on and she has to do the later gator sign. She gave me her word she wasn't going to be on YouTube today. So go, Scoot. Come on, Scoot. We're supposed to talk tomorrow. Come on, scoot away. Scoot away. See the hell I got to go through every day? She made a promise to me that she wasn't going to be online or anything. Sunday was clear. Me? I said if I was in the mood. I spent a lot of time getting this research for you, and I could not let the research go unchecked till tomorrow. And the fact that I'm in a royally pissed off mood anyways, and my bunny is... Come here. Well, he tossed some of his food. That's why the bowl looks a little more... See? She's got to put that little later gator symbol. See? See? Love Zoe no matter what. She has to pop in that. See the later gator. Happy Sunday going on. Yeah, you should be freaking going on the walk. That's what it is. Anyways, I turned off my Discord completely for Sunday because I didn't want to be bothered, And lo and behold, you see what happens. See, this is sometimes I'm going to make a joke here, okay? I love Zoe. I love Teldor. I love all of you. But it's sometimes I get really irritated. See, I come on here, right, for a quiet Sunday. Kane is new to the channel. I assume you're new. Did you subscribe, Kane? Anyway, so the point I'm making is this, okay? The Black Swan's going to be coming soon. I mean, look, the government is not going to make the make or break the make or break. They're going to make or break, right? So a woman scammed $4 billion and then disappears. So, anyways, the White House chief of staff's being replaced again. See, look at this. You got basically people splintering over abortion rights. You got other people, I mean, literally, you got a country who's, you know. So apparently the violence must stop. And they're like, oh, you know what? You take away people's guns, but it won't do any damn good because, in my opinion, the Second Amendment's clear. I may sit here and say, oh, take it away. You know why I say take away guns? I'll tell you why, people. Because I want to see the fucking people that sit there and they say, oh, you can't take my guns away. And it goes to Supreme Court. Supreme Court says, smacks the fucking states up the side of the head saying, no, that's unconstitutional. Rights to bear arms shall not be infringed. But what is the rights to bear arms? You see, it means any weapons. So, So all these people are talking, and I'm looking at this as the only news. Oh yeah, here's yeah. So apparently this is the same bullshit. So here's what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. So I went ahead and I looked up information on the um the debt ceiling news, and so far the debt ceiling news is welcome Kane. The debt ceiling news is simple. Okay, I'm gonna disappear for 5 minutes. By the way, run to the restroom. But I do want to say before I run to the restroom that I do want to say um, that this is unscripted, and two is the debt ceiling is being used. They're recycling the shit that they're recycling. So they're recycling all the news of what's going to happen between now that the debt ceiling's raised and when we run out of money. And apparently, they're not worried about running out of money. They're more worried about basically getting the best deal. And they think the White House is going to flinch. The White House ain't going to flinch. Give me 1 second. feel like I tore a muscle or something, people. Starting to hurt too, so I don't know what's wrong, you know. I woke up this morning and I don't know. My husband said, oh, you wake up with this weird feeling in your head, you know, and slowly it works towards stroke, right? I, on the other hand, it's always like, oh, you need to take a break and, you know, slow down the stress. There's no stress today. Of course, the only thing I'm having wrong right now is some like pain in my chest. A lot of these doctors, right? I'll tell you what's going on. They say, oh, it's triggered from too much tobacco use. It's triggered from too much fat that you eat. The thing is people need to realize that you can't predict what is what, right? I mean, look. And by the way, just so you know, it hurts right around here. So, to me, right here. See? I'm pushing. Probably a tore muscle again. Because every time I go up there, they're like, oh, there's nothing. Or they could be telling you it's nothing when it is something severe, so they could kill you off. Think about it. Your insurance ain't that good. They ain't going to tell you jack crap. This is the way the world's coming. But in a great reset, a great depression, there's a lot more that hurts the entire communities. And I'm going to break it down for you just a little bit today. One, it has to do with jobs. Probably arthritis. See, Mom knows better than I do. Thanks, Mom. Hello, good morning. So the video I said, like I said, everyone, was talking about the documentation of what's going to happen, okay? You're going to see first a mild recession, which we'll get into a medium recession. How is it going to be possible? No one's going to buy. Think of it this way. Look at Kane, for example. Oh, what was it Kane was talking about? Fat-free half and half out of stock. Yeah. See, think about it. The dairy is getting harder and harder because the farmers can't survive. Think about it. The other day, I was asking a question about something and found out, and I was talking to a farmer's daughter, apparently, right? A farmer's daughter, who said money is basically now being turned into soy crops over grain. We're importing our grain, or because everyone wants soy. So it's a supply and demand thing. But the entire country is going to go bankrupt because, let me just tell you something. The American people can't sustain itself. If you look at the budget, remember that book I told you about I found on a devaluation of the dollar? Well, let me put it this way. We're bringing in, 10 years ago, it was 50-50 across the board. 50% of the wealth was getting, yada, 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 right? But now it's 60-40. By the time it hits 2040, people, there's not going to be any money for anyone. Thank God, like Mama Pee-wee, for example, she said she had a small retirement pension with the, I think she said California government. Federal government can't give us a dime soon. You got to prep now. The other day, okay, I make hard decisions. Very hard decisions. The other day, I was talking to Chloe. Yeah, some people say to me, how did that go? Arguing with a stump. Let's just say I think it went well. And by the way, to Mama Fanny, not Mama Fanny, Mama Pee-wee, doesn't realize I broke up all the celery little pieces, even the scrap celery. Come here. Beep, beep. Hey, trying to feed you some scrap celery I got. You see, instead of wasting your scrap celery, people, wrap it up and give it to Mr. Bono. See? You guys got to learn. He's got to eat too, you know. And yes, guess what? That guy is just set. Tell him, Ebo. You know, my best friend about me. You give me treats. A rabbit can live on celery. I don't recommend it, but I also keep a nice bag of other things for happy-go-lucky. I don't even know what's in that bag. I had a bag somewhere around here with some stuff, but anyways, I'll figure it out later. That's Chloe's problem. All I know is there's some carrots in there and some celery and some other stuff. So, you know, I see a good morning. Take a couple of 3 ibuprofen. Yes, I'll take the ibuprofen. So, basically, we're talking about how the Black Swan event's going to happen, which could trigger nuclear war, which I never got to that yet, students. And then Mama Pee-wee said take some ibuprofen. Yes, ma'am. I just got another bottle of it. So another prepper's tool you want to carry is ibuprofen and naproxen. If you ever check on Amazon, Target, currently acetaminophen, also known as the generic for Tylenol, sold out everywhere. I can't find it. We want to start keeping and prepping meds as an emergency pretense. Better be safe than sorry. Well, yeah, of course. What I'm trying to tell the people, Mama Pee-wee, is the bottom of my heart, what they really need to worry about, not, you said it yourself, is the federal funds. Let's talk about the federal funds for a minute. Mama Pee-wee and I have been talking for years, okay? We've been sitting there like mother, daughter, sister, mother, sister, and we're like, we warned you when Biden got in, this shit was going to hit the fan worse. But people said, oh, no, it's a land of milk and honey. We don't have Donald Trump. Now look what's happening. You're in a recession, right? So then, how is Biden countering the gas problem, for example? He's like, oh, gas prices are down. Why don't you go read the numbers, okay? I know Mama Pee-wee and Mama Fanny know. I check numbers. The numbers is there's not enough people driving their cars right now, The ones that are, they're sitting there like, oh, yeah, low gas prices, until they basically start sucking up more gas by becoming greedy. You see, when you get greedy people, I want to talk about greedy people for a minute. When you get greedy people, selfish people, start filling up their gas tanks and their tanks and everything they can, and they start putting in their own little gas station at home, and they're starting to be, not literally a gas station, but, they're hoarding gas. Then the government says, oh, look, preppers are prepping gas. They flip a switch and raise it about $2, $3 a gallon just to basically make it so the preppers can't keep prepping the fuel. I mean, look what's going on with Americans' commodities. Half and half creamer sold out. Chocolate milk, Mom said it the best. I got a couple gallons of chocolate syrup coming, dear old Mom. Why? Because I'm tired of fucking waiting around for fucking my chocolate milk. How is it going to affect things? Well, I'm also looking on the list after I get the shopping cart to pick up a bread maker. So we're going to be starting to make bread. I like sourdough, so hopefully, a little loaf of sourdough every day is going to be great. Damn. Now I got back pain radiating down my back. I just took 4 ibuprofen, Moms. You didn't sleep well last night. Felt kind of weak. Oh, I'm still alive. Lucky you can take that on an empty stomach. Sometimes hurts my stomach to do that. Yes, we know the Dems did, but the point I'm making, Mother Pee-wee, is they're turning around, these fucking Democratic dumbasses. Okay, I'm not for either party, this, but for the sake of the argument, the Democrats are like, oh, with Biden, it's the land of milk and honey. My answer to them, as being a rude, crude asshole that I am, is how is it working out for you with Biden? Because I don't see anything changes. The only thing I see is the change of the guard. Donald Trump, when he left, says enjoy $7 gallon of gas. Well, it hasn't gotten $7 yet, but whose fault is it? The Dems, not the Republicans. Now they're going to basically use an FDR card. By the way, everyone, the FDR card is going to be used by Biden and his party to do a great sweep of 2024 elections. You see, what they're going to do is they're going to cause the black swan event. They're just going to let it run rampant. And then, bam, stock market goes down. All people's stocks go down overinflated. People's wealth goes down. And then they sit there and clean it up by giving more benefits and new packages while sweeping the Republicans out and blaming the Republicans for not raising the debt ceiling. You see, the Republicans sit there and they sit there and they sit there and they want to go after Biden's family. They want to go this, but they're not making a deal to raise the debt ceiling, right? I'm forecasting that the Republicans are going to be swept out of the House and Senate, all these governors, because people are going to want their benefits, and this is how to get the government back on its feet, is to give more benefits to the freeloaders, right? Freeloaders get free money because the entire country, they might even make deals like give up your guns and get extra food. I don't know how it's going to work, but this is coming down the pipe. They're planning for all contingents. So in the meantime, while we're sitting here telling you guys to keep on prepping, and people say, oh, it's a land of milk and honey, I'm just going to finance a Ferrari and finance a yacht, finance a new pair of tits, finance a new face, and finance all this, right? Until it's too late. And then they lose everything. You know, I was reading about an article in the stock market that was interesting. Something I want to share with you. Trump didn't do that. The Dems did. We know this. I'm not either for either party, but I'm blaming both parties. But the minimum wage, yeah, it's because they want to give minimum wage. The problem is, what is minimum wage? Next week, they'll say minimum wage needs $5 more because of the cost of inflation. Next year, it'll be $10 more. We can't sustain a country on giving burger employees $15 an hour wages. I mean, look, in my opinion, it's good that you give them $15 or $20 an hour for burger wages. Mama Pee-wee's like, what? Trust me. Then the burger industry goes down the toilet. Then that means, well, actually, that would mean Papa Dan would be out in trouble too if all the food stores. Never mind. My point is it would be better for the health of man when we're not relying on food to eat out. Now, I'm going to give you a few tips I read last night, okay? I'm not thinking right now. I'm kind of, need to take the ibuprofen. I hope like hell nothing happens. I'm also planning to take a nice long bath with Dr. Teal's bubble bath and some of that extra soap Mama gave me, which reminds me, I ordered a case of that. Like, ordered that and some Irish Spring. Chloe's like, wow, this crap. That's Irish Spring. Hey, I found 25 pounds of flour eBay. Oh, really? Did they actually have it? And did you order it? Because I order from eBay from time to time. I spent $9 plus tax for a plug. Ball of pin. Yeah, we're all getting up there in age. The other day I was talking to, who was I talking to? I was talking to a friend of mine, right? And she turns around. You got to hear this story, everyone. This is like a Great Depression type joke, right? I'm sitting there and I'm talking about, something or other. And she says, oh, yeah, well, you got to understand, Rita, you're 44 years old. And I turned to her and I said, yeah, who's talking? Someone who's 50. I said, I could say, throw that card in anyone's face on the age, but you're not getting any younger. Maybe not, but still, I want to have my faculties. I mean, at my age, you got to be happy you're alive, but still, they're like, oh, this could happen and that could happen. But, truth is, we're getting sidetracked here. So, a lot of problems is in the industry is they're trying to raise wages that don't need to be waged. I mean, look, they want the $1 chicken sandwich, then you basically don't raise the wages. Then they have to go to the $5 chicken sandwich, and then people are basically eating out. And then McDonald's says, yeah, and then they got to come up with all these deals um, to compete with the business. I mean, literally, I did a survey the other day. Right? You want to hear this? You're gonna love this. They sent me like what $10 gift card or something. It was about food. Yeah, I do them from time to time if it's food related or streaming related. What I'm interested in, if it's random, it's like they ask me my opinions on food. At the end, right at the last question, they asked me, "Would you eat out?" No, too expensive. When someone sits there, right? The thing is, I'll tell you the problem with me is okay, I'm too damn frugal. I'm one of those. You couldn't bake me break. There's now 15.50 an hour, and half of the time our fast food joints running. Yeah, I agree. The other day, Chloe was in, but went by, right? Chloe went down to the store the other day. All right, goes down there. I'll tell you about the story, the other story in a minute, people. Again, Mama, we don't care. No one in my crew cares about Chloe, but I gotta tell you two stories. One is, she goes down to get me an omelet. Mom's probably sitting there going, "And you have heart trouble because you eat too many omelets, daughter?" It was an all meat omelet with bacon, cheese, ham. I mean, the thing's like this big, and that deep and just overloaded, and I was enjoying myself, right? I was like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty damn tasty, right?" And I had the hash browns, I had my toast, and I had sausage, and they're using brown and syrup. So I said, "Chloe, make sure never to get brown and syrup again." "Oh, okay. So what do you want said?" "I don't want any of this, right?" Well, going through the omelet, they put in real ham and everything, but brown and syrup. But the moral story is you got to catch them when they're open because half the time they're just saying, "Oh, closed due to Rona variants or closed due to lack of employees," right? So the other day, I made a phone call to a friend of mine, and she's a business owner. And I said, "Hey, I'd like to get a cup of coffee and a bag of coffee." So so the other day, this was a while ago, I went down there. She got the biggest hug from me because she was so excited. She thought I died. Chloe buried me under a bag. No. So I said, "How's it going?" She says, "I have to run the shop 7 days a week when the employees don't want to come in." Yeah, because in the state, they're literally making it so it's harder. It's like what, 13.50 or 14.50 an hour currently minimum wage in the state of Washington. I'll look it up. It's probably almost on par with. So 2013, right? Minimum wage Washington State 2013 is currently 15.74 an hour. So we're literally way up there in par. What did Mom say? 15.35 or something? Let me look real quick. Mom says 15.50. Here we go. I want to share this for you, So I just Googled this, right? This is actually from a news source. I'm going to just basically do this, right? So apparently, even the 12-year-olds on the wage earners, right? Look at this. I did order it. Yes. Good for you, Mom. Fast food joints. Here we go. So, state of January 1st, 2023, minimum wage. See? And this is what's killing our country. You see, let me tell you what's killing our country, okay? I want to tell it like it is, all right? It's the wages. Now, you can sit there and say, "Oh, you're one of those people that prefer slow wages." No. I'm basically saying Americans are being force fed these wage hikes. And in return, they're basically being force fed that they got to stomach these pricings. So what is companies doing? They're cutting corners. They're kicking out people. They're firing people. They're not hiring new people. In your 40s, your body's aren't running, then just gets progressive. Yeah, but at least I still have all my marbles. Oh, yeah, exactly. I agree completely with that statement. I have all my marbles too. BS. I was told my cardiologist my heart is funny. So what was the answer about the eggs? No, I mean I'm not trying to make fun of you, Mama Pee Wee. I'm saying, let me put it to you this way, okay? From sister, daughter, whatever, right? Think of it this way. I go there, right? Doctor says to me, "Oh, you need to slow down. No drinking. Got to cut out your red meat. You got to cut out your white meat. You got to cut out your fish. What the fuck am I supposed to eat, huh? Got to cut out your ramen. You got to cut out your macaroni and cheese. You got to cut out your frozen pizzas or whatever. Make sure you got to cut out your steaks, right? Right? Then the heart doctor says, "Oh, change your fucking diet, right? Change your fucking diet, right?" Soon as Aaron dies, Doctor fuck backs up and goes to Florida. The other day, I called up that doctor's office. I said, "Yes, I'm in town and I'd like to see the doctor." And the doctor is taking new patients. I said, "Yes. Do you think the doctor will do a phone consultation?" Well, just so happens the doctor walked past, said transfer, and she says, "What can I do for you? Having heart trouble?" I said, "Yes, I'm experiencing heart problems like my husband, Aaron." Yeah. I said, "I got your number from a couple doctors that said they stay in touch with you." Well, apparently she's fled Miami when her license was, or she let her contract was up. She wasn't going to stay there anymore because a Hindu doctor basically is running from saying that my husband had 5 years life, and every time she turned around, she said, "Change your diet, change your diet." In the world where you change your diet or you don't. I was telling Zoe the other day, okay, my diet, I'll tell you what my dinner was last night. 2 hot dogs and a bowl of soup. Well, actually 2 cans of tomato soup, but it was with 1% non-fat milk, but you get the idea. Was that healthy? I don't know. 2 hot dogs and yeah. And yet, these doctors have these stupid numbers, okay? Hypothetically, they say, "Oh, well, every hot dog you take 35 minutes off your life." Really? So if I sit there and I eat 8 hot dogs a day times 6 days, I'll be dead 20 years early or 30 years early because I ate too many hot dogs. That's the most funniest thing I've ever heard. It's like they're trying to tell you what you can and can't eat. And then when their plant-based steaks aren't selling, it's like, you know what? I ain't buying plant-based steak. Fuck that. Wow, the cost of living must be higher than there in California. Yeah, well, apparently the difference between you and me, right, is this. I had a cardiologist come into the island. There was one on hand, right? The doctor, the last time I was at the ER, right? Tell you the story, Mama Pee Wee. They said I have the heart of a 12 or 13-year-old. Yet, they told me to piss in a tube. They also said my head is, everything I need to do is to get rid of Chloe, right? Oh, your stress will go away. Well, how do you do that when, you got stress, right? On top of that, what's the worst thing in the world that you got right now, right? Chloe's mom's coming out in 6 days. Tell you what, I literally had an argument this morning. Once in a while, Mama Pee Wee, the polar bear, comes out, and literally, I fell, I hit my head. I said, "Clean this fucking shit up." And she's like, I said, "If you don't start cleaning up, there's gonna be problems here. Quit being a lazy jackass." And she's like, and I'm like, "You're gonna just stand around. You might as well clean up this fucking mess over going on YouTube." Yes. Told her my tobacco's running out, and the son of a bitch, I said, "You keep stealing my tobacco, you better get some." I had like half a can of cherry that just went missing. Magically, it went missing. And magically, I asked where to go. Magically, and then she goes and spends like $15 at the grocery store for smokes. I mean, literally. I, on the other end, I'm not going to be getting. So my story goes, but the second story was an interesting one. So, Chloe's talking about replacing my phone, right? It's cracked. And I finally sat down and I said, no. In a pandemic situation where a black swan is going to happen, you must make decisions that you don't like. my decision is I need to get a bigger shopping cart because, we've spent $30 to $50 additional for new wheels on the old shopping cart, and the old shopping cart's broken. So unless you have a welder and some tools, it's dead. So then Chloe said, well, what do we do? I said, simple. We basically patch it up. Yeah. And so Chloe, of course, realizes, you got that in the bread maker. The phone is a luxury item. And when we're coming into an area where the phone, eventually we might not have phones. And yes, Washington's very expensive here. Literally, look. Washington's one of the highest living interest places in the union. Every time I turn around, they're raising prices. I could show you a couple ads just for the islands. Maybe I should. Mama, yeah. The other, let's see about getting a couple ads. Places in the Hearts is a movie I was thinking of watching today, but let me just go to my grocery store, for example, okay? So, I'm going to zoom in, right? We're going to zoom in 100, 150. So at least you guys could read it. All right, so here we go. So here's our local grocery store ad, right? Let's just close this. I want to show this to dear old Mother Pee-wee, who said, price of stuff's expensive. Well, what do you make of this? See, right when you want boneless rib steak, it's available again. Yeah. Cardiologist said no fats. Oh, really? What's the difference between fats and no fats? See, the doctors don't tell me that. They just tell me to eat what I want, and I eat veggies and I eat stuff and but I have one meal a day. So people say, oh, you're one meal a day, you're malnutrition. Sometimes I'll eat two. Sometimes I'll go and make me a pot of ramen, but usually it's one meal a day, and then I am enjoying passed out. So this is the price: $13.99 a pound for rib steak or prime rib roast. Baby back pork ribs, $4.99. Petite sirloins, $4.99. I wouldn't buy that. Pork back ribs, baby back pork ribs, wouldn't pay $4.99 a rack because they treat the pigs inhumanely. Meatballs or sausages, for example. See, bacon, 20 ounces, $20. Rockfish, $6.99. Cornish game hens, 2 for $7. This is the tourist store. So this is where we are paying, right? The Safeway is a little different. I can show you guys Safeway, but eventually I would like to get out of here and take a bath. But my point is I'm here to teach you guys a lesson. This is the current pricing. I want you to think about your pricing in America and where you live, and then make adjustments when the great black swan hits. Look at that. Pears, $1.49. Avocados, I remember avocados being cheap. Red onions, I love a good red onion. I can tell Chloe crack open a red onion and fry it in some potatoes, right? Let me show you that. I want to show you a couple things. Green bell peppers, 5 for $5, good deal. That's where you get some sausage and you stuff the bell peppers. Trust me, at that price, you want to get 5 or 10 and just make them up and make big bell peppers. Leftovers is always good. Next is large lemons. Next is Pepsi products. Look at this. $6.99 for Aquafina. $7.99. You see, they're trying to basically Triscuits, $3.99. Kettle chips, Oro wheat, Natural Valley, Jello. Zoe was asking me about Jello pudding and original. How come it's so expensive? Because people are stockpiling Jello for long term. Plus, it's a great cheap dessert. Literally, And then down here, you got your broths, your marinades, your Cholula hot sauce. That ain't really hot sauce. I've tried it many times. Betty Crocker hamburger, tuna helper, 2 for $4. Might get a good deal on that. Tillamook sour cream, sliced cheese, and Mountain High whole milk yogurt. Then down below you got your Totino's, your ice cream Sammys, like my ice cream Sammys. I think I got like 2 in the fridge still, I think. Don't quote me. I might have eaten them, or Chloe might. No, Chloe doesn't like strawberry. So then there's your Tillamook ice creams and the pizza rolls right there, your pizza rolls. And then down below, You got your deli specials. You got your cinnamon rolls, your horseradish cheddars, your London broil. Look at that. They already cooking. They just slice it so you can make London broil sandwich. I was at a restaurant the other day. I got to tell you a story, all right? And they had London broil, London broil dip. I was like, what the hell is this? I'm always coming across weird thing. I never heard of a London broil dip, but you know what? I'll try it. Yeah. Then down below is the last stuff, which we won't talk about, is the price of booze. Jack Daniels, $32 for a fifth. You see, that's why a lot of people have to cut down and buy their cheapo. But you want to see something else, look at this. So I'm going to go right here to this, right? So right here is the ad, right? And it's at 200%. So here we go. So for the non-tourist site, right? Mandarin Origins, 248. So yeah, I'm not going to even go into Safeway right now. Well, the prices, I think Mama Pee Wee would understand comparing Kings and Marketplace, Safeway. That's why we send, or Walmart. So the prices are getting out of hand. So you got flank steak, $7.98. That can be turned into jerky if you want to pay that price. Selected meat soups right there, $3.68 for a can. It saves $1.01. I mean, think of it right there. Think of this right here, right here, right here. See, let me just highlight this if I can. See, oh, it can't. Okay, so right here, right, $3.68, save $1.01. Think of that. They're saying it's $4.69 for a can of Progresso. That's where you got to look at it. See? Canned tomatoes, 4 for $5. Save up to $2.16 a can. All right, they're trying to say save up too. Lucerne selected butter, 2 for $10. Save $2.38 on a pound of butter. Pork chops, boneless, $3.98. Sweet onions, granola bars, boneless, skinless guys. We'll just go down here. See, ice cream sannies, 2 for $6. Amy selected frozen bowls and meals, $5.78 a package. Johnsonville breakfast sausage links. Sorry, I ruined my eye. It's not doing too well, so you can see I'm not doing too well this morning. All right. Local goods: Orcas Island pasta, Snow White cauliflower. Granola bars, chicken, boneless, skinless thighs. Barely can read it. So then you got red bell peppers. Is that what it says? Red bell peppers, pasta sauce, frozen burritos, and white wine. Right there. Right, our selected wines. You can see my eyes are giving me trouble today. But anyways, I'll work through it. So, point being, think about it. Right there. Think about it. Those are the pricing right here on this island. Not to take into account for Safeway. Yes. Safeway is a different bag of wax or ball of wax, but still. Oh, yeah, I eat very little processed food. Well, that's the difference between you and me. I eat what I can get my hands on because out here it's getting more and more expensive. Processed foods, it remind me of a friend of mine I know, Mama Pee Wee. I'm not going to put that crap in my body. Well, let's just say what happens if everyone runs out of, the farmers can't sell their organic stuff on them on cash. You don't have cash. You're not going to get organic fruit, so you better stock up on some canned boxed processed stuff just in case. You can use organic hamburger helper or hamburger, but you're still going to have to mix it together, hamburger helper or mac and cheese. I mean, the point is, it's going to come to a time where people are going to have to rely on some processed foods. They're not going to get everything they demand. The world's not going to cater to them in the food situation. That's where it differs between, The prices are not really that bad there. Well, certain items they don't show are. I mean, Safeway, I got steaks, right? $6.99 a pound for T-bones. Which, by the way, I haven't even figured out what I'm doing for dinner tonight. Shall we continue? Is there any coffee? All right, I gotta go see if Chloe's gonna go grab my can of dip. My can's nearly empty, and she said I'll get it done. I don't even know where my extra can of dip. I mean, I had a half a can, right? Half a can of cherry laying around. No, it went missing. I think Chloe pinched it. It was like, oh, I'll just pinch it, you know? Yeah, son of a bitch steals my tobacco. It's the only gripe I got this today. Not even a pinch in there. I sent Chloe out. It's about dip time anyway. Yeah. I can't almost empty. See, look at this. Did you take a bath yesterday? Oh, yeah. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to take one after my video because I'm fucking stinking.
Yeah.
After.
You need to go straight to your game afterwards.
Damn fucking can. It's getting harder and harder to open these damn things. Anyways, as you can see, the price of everything is going up. It's only going to get worse, people. That's why I want you to keep on prepping now. You know. Oh, yes, exactly. That's what I do, too. I keep spamming ham, but I also like my mac and cheese. As you know, I get the dried mac and cheese. I get the, Cracker Barrel from time to time. I tried to make a list the other day for Chloe. I don't know where it went right here. So for some...
It's nearly charged anyways.
Let me see it. I want to see. That charger actually work?
Charger works.
Oh, yes. Okay. I just want to get back, put it back in the charger then.
See?
Why are you calling me anyways?
Well, just in case, so I'm only going to get dip for you. So I'm going to get.
Yes. Well, I got to start putting together and behind me the shopping list that I need to do to get restocked, which means one of the items I was talking about, people keep asking me why I haven't bought certain things. It's because in case of pandemic, I'm not going to penny pinch into my emergency backups because we don't know what's going to happen. So I'm planning carefully every month. And that means basically being very frugal. And last night, like I said, seeing someone talk about the black swan in the housing market, he literally said there's going to be a black swan event on the housing market. And I wanted to know more, but I have not found many people talking about the black swan event being a cataclysmic event. So,
Moppy, are you scratching your eye again?
is he?
Looks like it.
Oh my God. That means you need to give him a haircut because he's actually itching.
He's getting one today, actually. Yes, he's going to get a haircut.
Oh, great. There goes another $80 of the vet bill.
Let's start giving him a haircut monthly.
I have a feeling his eyes are infected for some reason. It also could be that the bugs are starting to bother him too, like me. I'm having problems in my left eye.
You ready to look like a rat?
Hi, how are you doing, Boom Boom? So, leftover turkey's great. I have hams I picked up, which reminds me, did I ever tell? Well,
I'm going out.
She's like cuddling with the dog. It's like,
listen to his scanner.
Yeah, $9 plug. It's running on an electrical outlet. Love that little scanner, Think about buying a replacement, The other day, Higgins and I were arguing about scanners, right? It was a kind of a joke. And he turns around, right? Turns around, right? And he says something like, funny story. Well, what's it matter what size it is? Well, let me just put it this way. See my scanner on the window? That's pretty big, right? You can barely see it, right? The window there at the cable. I love my scanner, right? There's these scanners that might be like this big, guy's got it in his palm, but it's really short. It's like, how short do you need to have it, And they're like, oh, you need to buy this for $100 and then buy this antenna that can get better, right? So, me, of course, I got this tweaked a lot, my trunking scanner, right? So then Higgins says, oh, well, at least you got it plugged in, right? He wants a portable, right? Hold on a second. You said what? So, anyways, the truth is here, right? So, hold on a sec. So, the other day I asked, what's going on, right? You heard her today, right? Oh, I thought I would take a bath first, right? Thing is, you don't pay the hot water, the electric, usually. You don't pay the internet. She's literally worried we're going to lose internet. You know what? I'm like this. Maybe it's a blessing, maybe it's not. Well, how could you sit there and be smug without internet? Simple. I pay the fucking bill every month. You don't fucking lay a finger, not even to fucking clean up your damn fucking mess. You're not entitled to my internet, that's what I said. Well, I get your stuff. I can do it my damn self when you're gone. Anyways, manager emails me, asked me about the police. I was like, oh yeah, Chloe's fucking snapping everything, and we got it on camera, she said. I was like, what are you going to do about it? They said, oh, you need a restraining order. Just a piece of paper. Spam and ham, I love spam and ham. Especially bacon spam. And leftover turkey's the bomb, so, leftover turkey. Trying to see if we have any comments. We do not have any comments at all. That thing comments windows is pretty much empty. Got another subscriber that came in today. Yeah. So, anyways, you said eBay, huh? Oh yeah, we do got some comments, hell of a buy Grandma Pee Wee with Tribute Night Rita with some of that moldy money and buy some up. Actually, I'm not buying bread flour because, as Mama Pee Wee knows, I have no use for bread flour currently. And two is Mama Pee Wee would also agree it's not my job to buy ingredients for a useless sack of dung who's not going to use it. I mean, literally, how much have I gone without bread? Plenty. So basically, I got my own priorities, and my priorities are we're getting to the point where we have to basically get all our houses in order. He was doing it. Zoe's doing it. Higgins is doing it. Higgins has chicken dinner with his mom. Everyone around's doing it. I, on the other hand, am being frugal because, first I got to get a bread maker, So, what's the other comment here? Oh, I guess YouTube. Yeah, it's a moldy money. It's not moldy money. I'm saving everything I can because we are going into a massive depression. And I got plenty of regular flour by the food banks given weekly. They're giving 5 or 10 pound bags. So I got so much preps already in my prep room. I'm not even worried about it. My thing is yeast, which has anyone ever said? By the way, I did place an order today. Gotta tell you about it. Some people say I'm lazy and I'm stingy. I actually bought some razors for my legs. Apparently, they're getting harder to get a hold of. Remember, I said that. More money. And then on top of this, I was going over my inventory of shaving cream. I got 3 cans, right? So I ordered some more. Fortunately, I go through less than a can a month, right? Chloe goes through at least 7 cans a month, so she's gonna have to double or triple her order. So she can't, you got to look at how much you're going to use. That's part of this lesson today is how much are you going to use. There's some people out there that's, so, but the problem is, again, when you're prepping, you got to also do your research on what to expect in the thing. Oh, yeah, keep this getting sidetracked here because, there's another molding money. Truly. Yes. Hold on a second. So the other comment was an interesting comment. I want to tell Chloe, right? Thing is this person might be quoting Bibles, but that's only because of an issue. You see, we're not talking about gift cards today. We're talking about your life. What you can do to prepare, right? So one of the person says, "Truly, I tell you, Rita won't be happy until she gets all the gift cards and loses her soul." That's not true. Truly, I say, it's time we turn around and look at it from a bigger picture. I'm saying about me. I'm not sitting here asking for gift cards. I always say, if you like my content, feel free to donate. I don't have to push you either. But since we're on a good mood, I'll tell you what happened. Okay. So last night, I'm not going to tell you what I did, but last night I was talking to someone. We were talking about that thing there, right there. Literally, we were talking about, as a minister of God, we were talking, I'm ordained with more churches than anything. We were talking about, that's why I say donations are more than acceptable and appreciative. I said, no pressure. We were talking about that there, quote. Yeah. Yeah. Right there, and I'll read it to you. Matthew 16:26. Yes. And I use the NLT version, so let me just bear with me for a minute. Here we go. And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your own soul? Is there anything worth more than your soul? Or, mm-hmm. So basically, it's Matthew 19:24 when he says it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of the needle than for a rich person to get into heaven. Well, guess what? This guy here is judging because Jesus said himself, "Thou shalt not judge, or ye be judged yourself." You're judging yourself by trying to judge me for me trying to get my people to get their house in order. So that tells you right there. So that's another thing I was talking to my friend last night about was judgment. So the comment was, the first part was 2 scriptures, right? I'm an ordained minister, so technically I can basically say I was talking about those 2 scriptures yesterday to a friend of mine. Then the head of the needle and a rich woman in there. He said, "Rich woman. Do I look like I'm rich? No, I'm fucking poor." I was told the other day that when I should get off my ass, I should do an interview and show you my entire house, what I live in. I live in a 2-bedroom. 2-bedroom. I don't even have $2,000 to my name. I'm poorer than dirt. So when I do these videos, I do it to give you guys some motivation to see a poor minister literally getting up and speaking at the pulpit and saying, "Look, you need to get your house in order." This could trigger the prophecies in Revelation. But again, then it says, "It's high time Chloe cleans up." I already did it 95% the first time. I tripped today, hit my head. And you know what? They don't care. Yeah. But, Chloe cleans that pig den up. Hold on, pig's den up. When I say jump, you white honky say how high. Now get off your ass and prep. I'm the one that's supposed to say this stuff, not you. I'm the leader here, not you. That's the thing. I am the leader here. And my preppers are doing their job to a T. So. Oh, yes, a nice breakfast. You take some of that leftover turkey, turn it into with some gravy, make some hot turkey gravy on bread, and serve it. That would be a wonderful meal, Mama Pee-wee. Take some of that bread, take some of that turkey, put it on top of it, make some hot gravy, make hot turkey sandwiches, open-ended turkey sandwiches. Oh, yeah. See, there's a lot of prepping tools and new things I can tell you. This isn't about me, people. This is about you. I came here this morning to tell you all basically what I saw in these videos last night. And I'm going to tell you, I did some research. I do research for you guys. I'm prepping already. I'm doing research for you guys. And you know what? The research I'm doing is big research. I'm literally studying and trying to figure out things. You know who got basically? The 1%ers, a lot of them either off themselves or had something to fall back on. But they didn't even know this thing was coming down the pipe. That's the thing. Well, this time around, they want to do this so they can reset the currency because the government has $31.4 trillion. And by the way, I want to share with you something this morning, okay? Because I'm not dumb, all right? Let me show you something, okay? Let me just zoom into, what is it, 200%? I want you guys to, let's try to, this will work, right? Let's see, can we actually, maybe I can get it to 125. There we go. Nope. 100% because it's too big. Okay, well, let me just show you what's going on, okay? All right, so. Okay, so let me just share this, okay? This is very important for you preppers to realize, all right? The U.S. national debt is $31.4 trillion cap. We've already spent $105 billion in the course since Thursday, so it is Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days, $100 billion in 4 days. You do the math. That's $25 billion a day. And we're spending. Now think of it this way. $25 billion. You're sitting there going, oh yeah, whatever. $25 billion a day. Hold on. $25 billion. I'm just doing 25 times 365. So let's see. That's $9,125 billion we're spending in a fucking year. Use the fucking math. That's there. See, the national debt's right there. See, debt per citizen, even if you have zero debt, they're saying you have $94,235. Debt per taxpayers, farmers, people that pay their taxes, it's $246,867. U.S. federal spending, $6 trillion. U.S. federal budget deficit, $1.3 trillion. Want me to continue, people? Because this is something you need to learn. The U.S. federal tax revenue every year, $4.6 trillion they take in. Revenue per citizen, $13,788. Total state revenue is $2 trillion. Total local revenue is $1.2 trillion. Yada, yada, yada. This is all tax crap, okay? Medicare, Medicaid is already at $1,518 billion. Social Security is $1.2 trillion. And the defense war is $775. Is that a trillion? No, $775 billion since I've been keeping a record of military. Interest on debt, $522 billion. Interest paid, $3 trillion. Interest per adult, $14,000. U.S. total debt, $93 trillion. Look at this, $93 trillion. Total personal debt in this fucking country alone is $24 trillion. That's personal debt for every American in this country. It's $24 trillion. Student loan debt, $1.7 trillion, or $40,000 per student. Credit card debt is $1.2 trillion. Per household, $7,380. The union, talks about the workers, talks about everything. You see where I'm going with this, people? Money creation, $840 billion. Money supply, $21 trillion. M2 money supply. Currency and credit derivatives, $644 billion. Yada yada. U.S. held by foreign countries, $7 trillion. U.S. trade deficits, $1.2 trillion. U.S. trade deficits, $401 billion. U.S. imported oils, $292 billion. Household assets, $142 trillion. U.S. national debt is $180 trillion in assets. Asset per citizen, $538,000. Social Security liability, $22 trillion. Medicare liability, $34 trillion. U.S. unfunded liabilities, $180 trillion. I mean, these numbers don't lie. So the question is, right here, tells us how much is in the population. We're supposed to have 340 trillion. Sorry, not trillion. 340 million people. We're down to 334 million. Tells how many people are paying taxes, how many people in the workforce, how many people are retired, how many yada yada disabled, how many people yada yada yada. You get bankruptcies, living in poverty, foreclosures, etc. I mean, I'll give you guys this link so you can study it yourself. But this stuff is truly scary, and that is why I came to share with you that. That tells you right there what's going on in the damn country. And yet no one in their fucking right minds want to believe Black Swan's coming around the corner. This could also trigger nuclear war too, which I finally got around to talking about. Mama Pee-wee sent me some videos I got to watch last night. It was my my little thing between that and the Black Swan and etc. It was pretty good. Oh yeah, exactly. You see that? She's completely, lay out a jury. 50,000 of those illegals were returned because they were from countries which we do not allow to be here, like Muslim countries like Iraq. So yeah, see, Mama's basically telling the truth. We're trying to bring in more illegals so we can rubber stamp them for citizenship. I have a story for you, okay? One of my advocates, Mel, she's got a fiance in Belize. She said, "Oh, I got this. I fired the last lawyer. I got this lawyer. The lawyer's working with us. We're going to get him in the country so I can get married." So the other day, I said, "Good luck. It's going to be 3 to 5 years before you get a fiance." He said, "Oh, no, 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 no." So the other day, she calls me, talking to me about how I know the system. So the system's broken. They're going to bring in the illegals first because they want the illegal votes. But they're going to leave your man sitting in Belize because they that these illegals for What's that word? Political asylum. Yes, political asylum is literally, people say, oh, Rita, you're really smart. Political asylum comes first, and then they can rubber stamp them with citizenship, and then they can get more money out of these illegals. But the more they bring in, the more it's hurting our country. One of the NATO charters and UN charters is as we have to bring in so many illegals and misplaced refugees a year. But we can't cover our own homeless. So guess what happens when the Great Reset happens? There's going to be a lot of Hoovervilles again, little shanty towns all over America. No work. And the farmers are going to be hit hard too, because think of it. They're growing soy. They're not growing they're not growing wheat, rye, and barley. We're importing it. Wheat, rye, and barley is used for certain things. Beer, whiskeys. We're importing it. Think of it. We're making soy. I looked into it. Facts are there. Facts are true. Facts are real. The truth of the matter is in the pudding. They're taking away from the U.S. citizens. Remember what I said when my husband was alive. I think Pee Wee's heard this story 20 times, but I'll tell it again. Walked into the welfare office in Moses Lake once. We were living in Quincy, Washington at the time. Guess what fucking happened? African Americans came in. Illegals came in. Hispanics came in. We were waiting all day. Guys walking in and driving Corvettes, Porsches, Cadillacs, walking in, grabbing a number. They called the number because they were illegal, Hispanic or illegal. They're like, oh, I need my check, wearing gold chains like Mr. T. Walking out, getting in their caddy. My husband sitting there going, what is wrong with this fucking country? Think about it. What is wrong with this fucking country when they fucking put the whites below everyone? That basically says we're not important. Yet the whites, I'm not a racist, but that irked my mind seeing the people, the gold chains and the fast cars. One lady, basically, we saw go to jail in Quincy. She was basically driving a shitty minivan and wearing shitty clothes and giving hand-me-downs to her kids. But when her kids were in school, she was driving a Corvette and wearing a fur coat and screwing over the people and hoping hell she's got another kid. Because they think that they're entitled because they're the displaced. This is a real. So if you live in a town with more Hispanics, that's what they do. Trust me. You live in a country of Republican counties, this is what you see. This is what you do. This is what you hear. This is experiences I've experienced. Yeah. Hispanics, African Americans, Latino Americans got first in Social Security line. I spent half a day at Social Security twice without Aaron around, and a whole day when Aaron was around. Why? Because these people need to realize that this is where we're going. They want to put everyone else, first instead of the people that's, the hard workers like my mother, like Mother Pee Wee, Mother Fanny, others, We're supporting these people. They're living in fancy hotels, by the way. Have you noticed that some of these people are being shipped off to Chicago, Washington, D.C., and New York, staying in grand hotels? I mean, literally, think about it. The other day, someone asked me, hypothetically, when am I going to buy new socks and underwear? When I put it into the bank rolls to do it. But in the meantime, you got to ask yourself, do I support illegals? No. Do I support a lot of illegals? No. Why should I support illegals? Because I don't. Yeah. Why don't I do it? Because I don't. Excuse me for a second. Need to send some, you know. People sit there and say, oh, all I'm angling for is gift cards. No, I'm angling for you guys to prep. See what's coming down the pipe. This is going to cripple our country. Literally. there. So I got people messaging me on Instagram saying, oh yeah, but think about it. You see, the point is this country is so racked up in debt that they can't see anything. They do. Excuse me for a second, I gotta use the toilet. But before I go use the toilet, I'd like to make a statement. People are financing everything. There's no cash on the barrel anymore. They're basically basing their sales in fake numbers, just like our currency is a fiat currency. It's a fiat credit problem. You see, thanks for waiting, everyone. Had to use the toilet. Ran in, ran out. Let me tell you a story. Okay. There's government oversights. Government oversights. The government wants to tell you what they're going to do, and they're going to tell us what we can't control because they're in charge. Oh, wait. The point being is the American people are tired of paying and told what they can and can't do. Think about it. Americans saw a doctor's report the other day. They want to see 3 ounces of red meat a week. That's it. I say, what do you eat instead of 3 ounces of meat? Beans? Rice? Ramen? Mm-hmm. Point is, the American people need to realize this ain't about me. It's about you guys and the facts that we're giving you. Mama Pee Wee's giving you facts. Mama Pee Wee's giving you facts. Mama Pee Wee's saying, look, There's too many illegals in here. You see? There you go, people. I agree with Mama Pee Wee. Let me just basically put this on the screen. She's right. You see, both parties are corrupt. You got one party thinking the other party's going to budge. You got the Democrats thinking the Republicans will flinch and raise the debt ceiling. You got the Democrats thinking the Republicans will budge. You got the Republicans thinking they'll flinch and give in to their demands. When they don't, it's all a stalemate. And then who gets hurt? The Pee-wees of the world, the Ritas of the world, the Tildors of the world, the Zoes of the world, the Chloes of the world, the Higgins of the world, the Fannies of the world. Then what? Yeah. Send me a link. Maybe I'll watch it too. We got to be on the same page. You see, this is the stuff that we're working together on. Now, Mama Pee Wee has asked me, I think in her own terms. I don't know if it's in Mama Pee Wee terms, but let me just tell you how to survive a nuclear war. First, you have your internet. Now, say you live on an island, right? And all of a sudden, say Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Kitsap, Bremerton, Chicago, New York, all these places get toast, right? First thing is, once you know that it's coming, you either stay where you're at and hope like hell it doesn't hit downtown and get vaporized within the vape site. Or two is you get to a building that's deep enough in ground, like a car garage or a bunker, and you stay there. Then the after effects is the worst. Then you go and you take your potassium iodide tablets and you stay put. As long as your area, right? Then what you do is, right? Then what you do is you make sure the power is still going. Say your power grid didn't get affected by this nuclear blast, right? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But let's just say hypothetically you're on an island and it doesn't affect it, right? And your internet's not affected. So you have access to the internet still. And you can sit there. And the first thing you do is you don't open your door. You stay in. You stay put. You go through your preps. You calm your family down, your friends down, or whatever. Internet's working. You go online. You see where they hit, right? And you see what's going to be next. And you wait for the other countries to retaliate. While you're waiting, you basically pray. And then you check these systems, and then you make sure you don't get hit, right? Now, let's just say you're on an island. So what do you got to worry about on an island? Let's just say you're 100, 200 miles from one of the major cities, right? Or let's just say you're in Spokane, and they didn't hit Spokane, right? And yet they hit Seattle, Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco. And you're not from around there, Mama Pee Wee. I'm not going to give her location, but let's just say, for the sake of the argument, where she's at, all she's got to worry about is the wind currents, possibly bringing in some radiation. That's it. Next is you got to watch the planet temperature drop. Literally a temperature drop. The temperatures will drop, but as long as you have your power, you can stay warm. The thing is you don't want to go outside at all. Then what you do is, most people don't have this, so I'm going to talk about it yet again. Video proof. Mom sends me a video of a guy I don't like. Let me see what this jackass has to say, because frankly, as he knows, I don't support this jackass, but he has proof. He had proof 20 years ago about fucking, sorry, not 20 years ago. Stimulus checks were coming back. So let me just see this jackass, okay? 17 minutes long. I ain't going to watch 17 minutes, but I'm going to listen to this jackass because, frankly, I don't believe this stupid, dumbass moron anyways. So let's see what he says, because I hate this fucking... I don't care. Let's just speed it up. Let me just say the first part of his headline is government shutdown 2023. Your Social Security payments will be stopped. No, because it's mandatory. It's in a trust fund, so they got to pay it no matter what. So this is the first thing I'm going to challenge the guy on. It's a trust fund. They have to pay it no matter what. It's a trust fund, and the trust fund hasn't been depleted. So unless they're going to go tap into Social Security to pay our bills, it's the trust funds. Let's just see what this guy says. I'm going to stop from time to time to give my input. Let's just be. I'm not clicking anything, Peckerwood. Mm-hmm. Right. All right. So first of all, this lady was talking about something I spoke about probably a few days ago. The reason they're not raising the cap limit is, again, as I said this myself before these jackasses came out on video, is they want to cut Social Security and Medicare payments by literally part of their raising the debt limit. That is true. I said this myself. So there's nothing new here. So let's continue. See, they want to preserve the programs by giving less or cutting out 90% of the people, by making some big changes. This I told you guys, and because the Democrats are not budging and the Republicans aren't budging, it's going to go into a black swan event. All right, so they got till 2035. I heard it was 2027 by my numbers that Social Security would exhaust its funds, but 2035 is okay. They got time to fix it. All right, so Medicare Trust Fund is 2028. So okay, I got the numbers backwards, but guess what? It's fine by me because I'm still doing quite well with my numbers because I work hard for you guys and I don't ask for anything but your attention to listen to what's going on. So basically, as I said earlier when I was talking about this, it's considered mandatory spending. So unless Congress comes in, steps in, changes the rules, it's mandatory spending. So it is more mandatory spending for these programs, including, whatever, than discretionary spending. Let's continue. So this lady is saying, to save the budget, you have to cut these programs. Unfortunately, we could cut the military and we'd still be happy. We're spending $20 billion for an aircraft carrier, $6 billion for a frigate, $7 billion for a submarine. You do the math. We're spending more on military than we are on our own people. So it's time we cut our military might back because we're not the military police of the world. Let's continue. So what she's saying is the with the Affordable Care Act, people are relying on Medicaid for some of them that don't have Medicare, so they're now basically up in arms if they cut Medicaid. And I personally think there's ways of cutting the program back, and I'll tell you how, in my opinion, it can be done without fucking up anyone's benefits. Insurance company with an army. Okay. She is right about that. Taking away the cap on Social Security would make it solvent, so someone like Bill Gates can donate like $10 million at a time, and it wouldn't affect him at all. Yeah. Oh, now we're getting into the crux of the problem. 4 days ago. So, like I said to you 3, 4 days ago, when the debt ceiling was raised, that they're going to basically be a stalemate until the country goes to defaults, and then the black swan event happens, because that is when in 6 or 7 months you won't see Social Security. Is what I'm saying. Tell Laura saying the same thing. Think about it. There'll be a run on banks. You won't get your money. So this guy, until until they exhaust all the money to pay the bills, that's when you're going to see your checks cut. Not before then. National Public Radio. I'm sorry to say this guy's wrong, because we defaulted under the Obama administration and we got our credit rating lowered to double A for a while. Now we're triple A again. So we did default once before. So no one remembers that under the Obama administration. So, mhm. Uh, Let me just correct this guy. He said 2001. It's 2011 by that report. So I'm just saying. Un- he said happy people. You mean unhappy people. I'm correcting this guy. He said happy just now. Unhappy people. All right, so let me use the toilet for a second because I would like to share what's going on. Okay, this guy is right. I'll give him 70% credit there. Where credit is due. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready to sit down and hear my opinion. I spent nearly 17 minutes listening to this guy at the request of Mama Pee Wee, and I'm going to give you my opinion. My opinion goes like this, my friends. It goes like this. You see, they're using fear tactics. They're basically publishing articles, for one, saying, you know, that Social Security will touch, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to piss off the people. Elderlies, retirees. You can say, oh, why would they do that? So they can get the elderly and the retirees to put pressure on the Republican Party to raise the debt cap without any concessions. Think of it. The Democrats are using this card of citizens are upset. They're going to go and contact the Congress and Senate and say, look, you don't raise the debt limit without concessions, you're going to be out in 2 years. That's what they're planning. They're playing fire with fire. Same time, the Democrats also have a card up their sleeve. I call it the FDR card. Why the FDR card? Because they know if the world collapses and a black swan event happens, the first people out the door is the fucking Republicans. The Americans are going to basically say, give us more benefits, give us more money, get us back on the right track, and the government will wipe the debts clean, reset everything, and throw the Republicans out. Why? Because the Republicans caused this because they weren't going to budge. But then the Republicans can say, oh, well, you're voting us out because you want benefits. Think of FDR. He literally steamrolled 70%. For the terms that he was in office, FDR had 70% of Congress and the Senate and was passing all these new deals. Why? To get country back on its feet because Hoover didn't want to do it. Coolidge didn't want to do it. They were all worried about their stocks. When they fell, FDR just said, oh, benefits. We're going to start a special program called the Socialist Program of America. We'll give you benefits. I'm not lying here, and I'm not telling whoppers here. Trust me. Yeah, that's what happened. If you even study your history on the FDR years, you'll see this is what happened, and this is what they're bankrolling again. They can wipe the debt clean because and then then, etc. But the Republicans, they want to take away the war. I say let it. But the Republicans also don't see how to fix these programs. I'll tell you how you save at least $10 trillion in the course of 10 years. You guys, some of you people out there are going to basically send me emails and hate messages. But you know what? It's time I tell you. I love Pee-wee dearly. So I'm going to use Pee-wee as an example for her state. Send you the link. I did. I listened and I'm giving my opinion. First of all, one of the things that we're paying for handouts, okay? Handouts. And it's a big one. Mama Pee-wee's own state is forcing her tax dollars on her house that she pays on every fucking year to pay for a man to get a cooter and a woman to get a fallow. Yeah. And facial surgery and breast surgery and ovaries and uterine removal and all this. You swipe it off the Medicaid books and you take it away for the Medicare books, you've saved about $10 trillion over the course of 10 years. Then, another thing you can turn around and take away from the people, trust me, I'm a disabled person, so I'm not sitting here shit coding this for you all, is take away the ability, I need Google Voice, by the way, up just in case Chloe calls, is you take away the phone service. A lot of people out there relying on their food stamps to win them over a new top of the line telephone, top of the line phones every year. I get the government telling me I need to upgrade my flip phone to a smartphone so they can track me. Ain't gonna happen. So you cut out that phone service, but they say it's mandatory spending because the elderly need a lifeline. Well, what happened to the old landline days? Landlines. Then here's another mandatory spending that we have to have. It ain't discretionary right now. Go read your books. Read up on it. Free internet for the poor. So we're not just giving food stamps. We're giving fucking food stamps, cell phones, sex changes because, we have to give in to these, you know what? Transgenderism, I'm going to say it outright, is a fucking mental illness. Plain and simple. I've had this argument time and time again. And no taxpayers like Mama Pee-wee should be paying $15,000, $20,000 additional dollars a year or more in property taxes just to pay for some guy to get a cooter. Sorry to say, that's my opinion. But since I'm working myself up here, the guy is right. But if he's 70% right there, the thing is Social Security is not going to run out yet. They're trying to drum up more support. Over the next few months, they're going to basically be putting in more in the news. Social Security is going to be cut. Medicaid's going to be cut. Food stamps are going to be cut. It's coming. This is why I keep telling you, no offense to Mama Pee-wee. I love you, by the way, Mama Pee-wee. But some of you people that come to my channel and like to see the flaming retarded intersex woman vent, I'm just going to say, the ones that come here for entertainment, you peckerheads better get your fucking house in order because it's not going to get any easier. It's going to get worse. This is why we're all prepping. This is why we as in a community, Mama Pee-wee, Mama Fanny, Zoe, Higgins, myself, Chloe, Tildor, we all come together as a unit to talk about this situation big time. Let's see what Zoe said the other day. Zoe said a question. Does anyone know why downtown Chicago and other cities are dead as a doornail? Chicago's a tourist town, but no one's going out. I get pictures from Zoe from time to time of things. Not a single creature stirring, not even a mouse in downtown Chicago. She wants to know why. Is it the pandemic? Are they scared of nuclear war? What is it? Yeah. I was looking over some stuff the other day. They said Seattle's almost dead as a doornail. Same with Portland. Makes you wonder what the hell's going on in this country. You got a lot of people that want to stay home, live off the welfare, the public dole, the Medicare and the Medicaid. And then they go and they post shit on fucking welfare websites on Twitter. I hope you're going to keep us extended because of this pandemic and because of the possible World War III. We need our food stamps. That tells you right there, it's a fucking lazy cock-sucking son of a bitch Peckerwood who doesn't want to get off their fucking ass to find a job and support themselves. They want Uncle Sam to do it. And then they look at me as I am a freeloader. Sorry, I'm not a freeloader. I'm giving you my time, my energy, my efforts to tell you the truth in this God-given country. And this God-given country is going down the shitter because there's too many corrupted politicians and there's too many greedy son of a bitches out there that's thinking of themselves. Think of it. Do I sit there and say, where's my food stamps next month? Where's my food stamps? No, I keep telling you, if you get food stamps, pandemic food stamps, you fucking take half of it, put it into groceries, and the other half for prepping. The only way you're going to survive when the shit hits the fan is you listening. Instead, you guys are turning around and being not my inner circle, but the outer circle, the Peckerwoods, are turning around and doing jack shit about it. You want to sit there and say, oh, look at this. Think about it. They are talking about cutting. Yes, I already said that. They want to, let's just do this. All right. Mama Pee Wee's completely right. They want to cut Social Security and Medicare. But I already said, if you cut fucking the sex change parts out and the stuff that's not needed, Social Security and Medicare could be solvent for a lot longer. But no, they have to give in to these freeloading hobos that need their sex changes because it's wrong if we deny them. But it's okay to deny Grandma Pee Wee her Medicare benefits at her age because, well, we got to cover some guys, basically sausage becoming a taco. No offense, I'm trying to be clean here as possible, but you get the idea. I'm burned up and angry. And the guy's right. See, the Democrats and the Republicans are going to be pitting each other for the people to sit there and say, raise the fucking debt ceiling. Or the other parties are going to say, don't give in, don't budge, don't flinch. And then the entire economy takes a shit. And then you're going to have Republicans against Democrats at each other's throats because they can't get along because these Peckerwoods destroyed our country and our economy and the global economy to reset it. Remember Mama Pee Wee's favorite word a long time ago? It wasn't really a favorite word, but I'm going to say it anyways. She said they're trying to cripple and take out the worthless eaters. Now, think about it. This is one way to get rid of the worthless eaters. Get rid of the burdensome people. Gays and lesbians, in their opinion, worthless eaters. Transgendered and intersex people, worthless eaters. Elderly that's sitting on Social Security and SSI, worthless eaters. Food stamps, get rid of that. And the worthless eaters either have to go live with mama and papa or family members that will take care of them, or they go and die in a hole somewhere because they're worthless eaters. Or they round them up all on train cars, send them off somewhere. Remember what Biden said? You'll have nothing and be happy. Yeah, that's the way it's going. Dang it, have to cook breakfast and watch video and catching pieces and parts of the video. What I worry about is my family being able to get here in time to escape the fallout. The question is, Mama Pee Wee, since you're making breakfast and hearing this from another room, there's a question I'm going to ask you. What is your definition of a fallout? You see, is it nuclear war? Is it the Black Swan event? You see, I'm teaching people the Black Swan event's coming first before anything hits with nuclear war. No doubt they need to take away from the people. Yeah. They want to take away from the people. The rich will get richer, the poor will get poorer, and the poorest of the poorest will die. How's that going to take away from the people? I mean, literally, this country has basically racked itself up, everyone, with credit debt, and they're not fixing it. Talked about people making it work till 70. I heard it was going to be 80 years old. Think about it, 80 to 82 before you can retire. They want less people retired, more people working so they can cut down the benefits and give you maybe 10 or 15 years. And if you die after you retire, then they don't have to pay jack shit. They might pay it to your wife or your kids that are disabled. Otherwise, you're not entitled to it. They want to cut it out, and this is how they're doing it. She's right about that. 70 is minimum. I heard it was between 75 and 82, by my last hearing the reports. The Dems ran the debt so high that now people have to pay the price for that. Look, Mama Pee Wee's right, all right? I'm not going to sit here and basically sit there and say praise the Democrats. No, I'm going to say this, okay? The Democrats raised the debt ceiling to the maximum, but the reason for it, they wanted to reset the damn bank, and the only way to do it is raise it so high they default. Think about it. Then the entire world collapses, and then it's a new system of government and a new system of who gets what, when, where, and why. Meanwhile, if you're basically poor or broke, while there's no food or money to support you, you'll have nothing and be happy about it. Too many social programs. Hold on, what did she say? Too many social programs, illegals, and corrupts. Yeah, they want to use the illegals, people, to basically bankroll more votes. They want to bankroll more fucking votes. Plain and simple. The truth is in the pudding. You see? Even Mama Pee-wee agrees with me. They want the Great Reset. They want it now. And if it happens to give us nuclear war at the same time, well, Mama Pee-wee was doing her thing. So let me reiterate this, okay, for Mama Pee-wee's sake, so she doesn't think I'm a little weasel of a daughter, okay? When a nuclear war is getting ready to happen, as long as you're somewhere where your power is not affected and your internet, you can monitor things. Once the nuclear blast happens, you must stay inside your home. You must make sure you have your water, your iodide tablets, and you stay in for at least a week. Now, some places might not even have power or internet, so you have to basically make some changes now to prep for this. There's FEMA, Red Cross, other places, videos out there. There's videos on YouTube that tell you how to survive. You stay in your house and you don't go out. And what you do is, at that point, if you have ham radio, you basically turn around and you use your ham radio, illegal or not illegal, and you talk to the other hammers and you find out where the areas are affected if you're in an area and if you have power. You can get a handheld ham radio too, as long as you know the repeaters are working. The other thing is, if there's radiation going all the way around, right, the next best point of prepping is, and people say to me, oh, well, I don't think it's a good idea, is a police scanner. The scanner, if you're in an analog area, they will talk chatter. You'll have FEMA, you'll have the Air Force, you'll have the Navy, you'll have the Coast Guard, you'll have everyone basically chattering, and you have your channels programmed. It'll tell you exactly where the areas are radiated and why. The police scanner will be one of your best tools in a prepping situation or a nuclear situation. Next is a shortwave radio. As long as you can hit the repeaters and hit everything to listen in, that radio will tell you where areas got hit, who's dying, what's happening, how long you have to be in your house, etc. The next is, if you're in an area that got hit like Seattle, don't accept, hypothetically, don't expect the news agencies to be running your fucking TV channels. You can listen through the radio. That's why I keep telling you guys, keep batteries on hand for a nuclear war. Make sure you have your potassium iodide tablets, and make sure you have a radio that works, because the radios will be your best source of information after that. And that means once it's there, and say you're not affected with electricity or power, you can check the internet, hypothetically, if you're in an area. The phone services are going to be jammed. Literally, your cell phone services aren't going to be working. Basically, it's going to be jammed. Everyone's going to be calling everyone. You got targets, California, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco. Naval bases in San Diego and San Francisco. Up here, Naval Kitsap, Everett, Chicago, the Naval Recruiting Office is out there. Great Lakes area, New York, Washington, D.C., et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why? Think about it. Houston. Some of those targeted with the Minuteman silos, by the way, I got to look for something real quick for Mama Pee-wee. It's something she might want to spend some time on tonight that she might be doing. I tried to talk to Zoe about it, and Zoe's like, oh, I've seen it, right? I want to send her a link to a movie that she can watch tonight with her husband. Here we go. So this is free. Okay. This is a movie about 1983, a what-if scenario with nuclear war. And it's free on YouTube. They're not allowing it to be rented on Amazon. You can't find DVDs of it. So I highly recommend this video for some of you out there. I'll even give you guys the link to watch it, because this is some scary shit. And literally, this could be the possibilities of what will happen after the banking collapse. So I'm going to give you the link here. But you see, my point is, too many handouts, they want the Great Reset. Exactly. And this is what I'm talking about. Why do you think I'm teaching you guys this? A lot of the people that didn't bankroll and live on credit, they said in the 1920s, 29s survived a lot better than the ones that basically had credit, because the creditors and the banks foreclosed on everything that these people owned because they financed everything in credit. Well, if it's any consolation, Mother Fanny, I will send you a list real quick too, an email. I'll even give it to the rest of you guys. Now, when I send it to you here on the live chat, people, I want you to be very careful, okay? Some of these items in the preppers list, you can question it, but I will tell you, some of the items here is really good, okay? So let me just go here to send list to others. This is the preppers list. It's got everything you need for everything from potassium iodide tablets, the bread flour, to baking bread books, to other items, bread makers, etc. So I will give this to you guys here. And then I will send Mama Pee-wee this preppers list as well, because the preppers list is a list that all our moderators pulled our own resources together. And this could help fill in the gap of items you might need. And all you have to do is right click the item you're interested in buying, or you can print out the preppers list and go find your items on different websites if you don't like Amazon. I'm just saying, the preppers list is there for people to use as reference. I don't think I could squeeze anything in there, and if I do, if I'm missing something, I hope Mama Pee-wee would send me a notice being like, daughter, you missed these 6 items. I'll add them right away, literally. Every item that I put in the preppers list has a meaning and a use for it. I didn't put in anything that's, not right. By the way, some of the food is sold out. So just be warned. A lot of food is completely sold out on the preppers list currently. Thanks. Save the link to watch tonight. I am fully prepped, Rita. Well, you better get to work then. But that list there is for anyone who's not new to prepping. You better get to work, people, because prepping is what's going to save your ass. I got preps. I got more preps. I got more preps. Man can live on soup and bread if you know what you're doing. But the problem is, most people think, I'm going to talk about this for a minute. Most people think that the Milk and Honey Express, the M&H Express, is still running strong, and you're going to get handouts free in charge. Did you put in those filter straws for water? No, I forgot about that. Filter straws. I'm going to go put it in the preppers list now. Filter straws. See? This is why we're doing filter straws. Okay, so filter straws. Here we go. Filter straws. Let's just go with the 4-pack because I'm too fucking lazy to go and say get one. You need 4 packs minimum. So here we go. There's the personal water filter straw outdoor portable filtration system. Here we go. So we'll put this on the preppers list as Mama Pee-wee recommended. And it's going in now. Oh, you can actually get a 6-pack too. I'd prefer a 6-pack, but this is something that needs to be added. So here it goes. Preppers list has got filter straws. You see, you guys need to make sure you have everything you need, and you better get it done soon. Time is ticking. When the shit hits the fan, you're going to either be basically one of those people going hungry, or you're going to be one of those people that are grateful and not going hungry. Hold on, Chloe's calling. Second. See? Oh, God, you got to be serious. Again? What's the reason for it? Again? Thought that was okay. Well, what other places are open? Just hypothetically. Don't calm down. We can get our tobacco through a different store. All right, keep me informed. I'm going to let the YouTubers know this is disturbing. Thanks. So, couple news articles for you. something that you guys probably don't give a shit about because of Chloe's intel. Okay, I want to tell you a story. So the other day, this was Thursday, Chloe went out Thursday and Friday and yesterday. She went to the food bank. She was looking for tobacco for me. And one of the stores we get my cherry tobacco has been closed for 4 days. That's starting to make me wonder what's going on if gas stations are now starting to be closed. Mama Pee-wee, would you like to input your opinion? Let's see. Thanks. Save the links. Do you put those filter straws for water? Yeah, well, I just put it on the list. So does anyone want to I got to use the toilet for a second. So, give me a second. But anyways, Chloe said, and I quote, "The store is closed again. Apparently the rumor has it there's some type of corporate party going on." Corporate party doesn't make sense in my opinion. I'm starting to wonder. They are expensive. Let's see. You should smoke a pipe. They have flavored cigars and pipe tobacco online cheaper. Yes, mother, but I'm going to show mom something. Damn fucking keys are fucking. All right, here you go, mom. Why don't you go read this? It says here, I'm going to give you guys the link. It says here, hold on a sec. You guys, I'll explain it to Mama Pee-wee easier. It's simpler. What's up? That's fine. Bless your heart. Thank you. I'll see you when you get back. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so let me explain Senate Bill 5340. I can also do better by finding the video I made 10 years ago, 15 years old. Mama Pee-wee might want to watch it, where it says the only thing you can mail order in this state is cigars. Not flavored cigars, plain cigars. Pipe tobacco, 5 years in jail, 5 years tax evasion. Cigarette tobacco, 5 years of evasion, 5 years tax evasion. So you do the math. There we go. I'm going to give you guys these. Look at this. This is a long time ago, 13 years ago, peeps. Mom can watch this. This explains the entire bill system of what's going on in Senate Bill 5340, which passed, blocking pipe tobaccos being ordered online. So, see, there you go. So the pipe smokers, these two videos will literally explain to you what happened to the bill of Senate Bill 5340 for you interested. The state of Washington cut down that. So trying to find pipe tobacco in this damn state, it's either get ready to give up tobacco altogether or hope like hell you can find some. By the way, the last time Chloe found a shop that sold pipe tobacco was $22 a pouch for 1.5 ounces of tobacco. So think about that. You should smoke a pipe. They have flavored cigars. Well, guess what? You're lucky you can order online. Here, it's illegal. You make a phone call, you use your email, you fax an order in for any tobaccos. Oh, you can't even place an order in the state and pick it up. It's against the law. You have to go in the shop and hope like hell they have what you're looking for at their price and the taxpayer's price of what the state's telling them to regulate the tobacco for. So think of it. I wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah. So basically, they passed it, and it basically is illegal to order pipe tobacco through the fucking mail. So if you guys want to spend 10 minutes understanding it, that was 13 years ago. Maybe I was drunk, maybe I wasn't, but that bill's been in effect for so damn long, you can't even get tobacco sent. Yes. Which is why I keep telling you guys to pick up and arm yourself, even with whatever you can, because frankly, it's not going to be easy. Because this state's trying to take away AR-15s, like Minnesota. So apparently we got, let's see, they have 25 pound a bag on eBay for $24. And then you got, okay, Chloe posted something, telling Chloe, Viola Aylan Cutie, Viola Aylan Cutie 07. That's her tag, I guess. I'm not sure what's going on between you and Rita, but she doesn't want you acting like she isn't prepping when she is prepping. You need to be more respectful on that part. I may have my problems, but I do have respect on the prepper's part. You aren't the one running this channel. Rita's running it. Amen, Chloe. Yes, I am doing my best. Truly, I tell you, Rita won't be happy until she gains all the gift cards and loses her soul. Yeah, whatever. It's easier for her to thread a camel through the head of the needle than a rich woman enter the kingdom of heaven. It's high time Chloe cleans that pig's den up. When I say jump, you white honky say how high. Now get off your ass and prep. Well, guess what? You're not the one in charge here. I am. And I think I'm doing a damn good job for the people that are listening because I don't see the mega preppers doing jack shit. They're all talking about useless crap. So hell of a buy, Grandma Pee-wee. It would be sure nice if Rita would spend some of that moldy money and buy some up. Nah, not interested in buying bread, flour bread, because I don't have a bread maker yet. I might buy a bread maker, say, and whenever I get around to it. I think I told you guys the story about Chloe the other day. So Chloe says to me, when are we getting a new dishwasher? I said, well, first we need to buy a shopping cart. For prepping, we can run down and get groceries. But remember what I said, something ain't right when it comes to the grocery stores. Running out of supplies, and now gas stations here are shutting down. Literally, there's a problem with the gas stations. They're literally shutting down. We got to look at the fact that maybe they're not bringing in any fuel either. So let's just go through the comments. You bet your sweet ass you need to pick up the pace on prepping. What do I have to get you shitbirds moving? Get her done. Simple. You don't have to do anything because you're not in charge here. I am. And the preppers are doing their damnedest. Look at Pee-wee. Pee-wee knows I'm doing my damnedest. Chloe's doing her damnedest. Zoe's doing her damnedest. Fanny, well, bless Fanny's little heart. I got to check up Fanny anyways because I love Fanny dearly too. And Fanny's not been commenting or posting. I know what's going on with Fanny, but as a minister, I am sworn to secrecy with Fanny. So sorry to say, but because I am sitting here talking to you guys about what's going on in the community, I can tell you pretty much that one of my preppers out there, Mama Fanny, is on my featured channels. I don't have many featured channels. I should go and unsubscribe to half the stuff. So currently with Mama Fanny, she hasn't posted a video in 12 days. So hopefully she's okay. So, for you preppers out there, I want to tell you one of the tools that you're going to need in case of nuclear war or a falling of a banking collapse is keep a police scanner on you. For $100, you can buy it. Every one of you should be carrying a mobile scanner, not a non-mobile scanner, a mobile scanner, because you can use it as a base station and you can use it with batteries. So if you have to move somewhere or move to another area and you need to see how safe it is in the area, you can listen to the mobile scanner or turn it as a base station. You can make anything a base station if you have a plug. Yeah. So, but point is I'm here to tell you, that we all have to prep, right? And there's a lot of things I said time and time again in the mood set. All right. One is you need to set your mindset. Okay. You can sit there, oh, well, our mind, really. So if the banking collapse happens tomorrow and you have no money, you can just basically sit there and be like, oh, okay. Me, I'm just going to sit there and go online and say, told you so. But for the rest of you guys out there prepping, think about it. Think about it. The rest of you out there, you have to have the mindset to survive. This ain't a joke. This is real. The real deal. The real McCoy. Oh, shit. Chloe tried to call me again. Hold on. Let me call her back. Got to call her because we're having a tobacco crisis in Chloe's opinion. Fine cut? Nah, okay, well, if it's fine cut, you're going to have to chew it. We're going to figure something out. Let me call Chloe back. Let me hear from Chloe what's going on. You gotta be son of a bitch. Just fucking answer the phone, you peckerwood. Come on. You can't turn the phone off out of anger. There. Son of a bitch. Don't touch my phone. Hey, what's up? I got your message. Whatever works. What is it exactly? It's wrong. Fine cut, you worse than long cut? Okay. Well, if you want to get another can, that's fine. If you just want me to suffer, I can suffer too. We all got to make that. Look, we all got to make sacrifices. Besides that, since I don't have any money for the rest of the month, anyways, because I'm taking care of both of us, then if you want to get another can, fine. If you don't, I can make it last until whenever we can get cherry tobacco. No. All right, but I hope hopefully you're not using any of my cash. I don't have any money. I said none. Okay. Did you use yours last time? Oh, you used mine? Oh God. There's no money. I just went into overdraft. I told you this. That's 37.50. Yeah, well the overdraft is 37.50. Never mind. I'll wait till it. That's what they charge for overdraft at KeyBank. Oh well. Yeah, okay. Try see, whatever. Thank you. Son of a bitch. Doesn't that motherfucker realize you don't touch my card? And then turns around, oh, well, I don't know, I'm going to do a long cut. Oh, son of a bitch. Now I'm going to have a headache. Overdraft because that son of a bitch. I didn't have the money. I told the son of a bitch this. They're fiction. They spend my money at hot bars and then goes and says, oh, I didn't know. How the fuck am I supposed to? Son of a bitch just took away. Yeah, well, guess what? Flavored cigars in this city, it's illegal. Son of a bitch. Person doesn't even know the value of a damn dollar. I try to avoid things. I try to avoid overdrafts. I try to avoid everything. What's fucker do? Oh, I don't know. Really? Are you trying to fucking kill me, you little peckerwood? I mean, literally, son of a bitch has no moral values. They said, oh, don't worry, I got plenty of money. I'll take care of it for you since I owe you. Then I'll say, oh, you're wrong. Sorry, let's transfer $15 to you. To bring the balance up, $15 is nothing when you fucking went into overdraft. And I try avoiding overdraft. I said I didn't want an overdraft. I wanted a denial. But son of a bitch doesn't listen to me now, do they? This is why I hate to live with this fucking son of a bitch. Now, let me tell you a story to calm myself down. You see, people in this world really upset me. Look at Chloe, for example. Her mom's coming out in 6 days. Mom hasn't even once emailed me to say if I was invited or not. Won't even get back to me. Sounds fishy to me. And all of a sudden, Chloe does this to me. And this is why I try to give her cash for everything. I said, did you use the cash? No. Fuck. Overdraft. I give her amount of money in cash so she doesn't fucking touch my card. Dumb son of a bitch. Oh, Google voicemail. Chicago tranny bye. I'm not talking to Chicago tranny bye. So now she's calling Zoe. It's Chicago tranny. I gotta call her back because I fucking, son of a bitch. Thought we were done. I said toodles. Now I gotta answer this again. Starting to piss me off. Dumb shit wants me to fucking fix everything. I'm not talking to Chicago tranny. Zoe's not a tranny anyways. You need to... Fine, I'm listening. And Zoe's not a tranny either. I'm not talking to Zoe at all today. She's not going to give you an Amazon gift card. She ain't going to give you cash either. She is not going to do anything for you. You know this. I mean, you've asked how many times just to be nosy. Well, do what you wish. You have my phone. Let me know how it goes. I'd like to hear how that plays out. I got to take a bath soon anyways. So maybe if I calm down in the tub and scrub myself clean, I'll be in a lot better mood. Fine. Well, use your noodle then. And by the way, I'm not on the phone with Zoe at all. Zoe is on her own path today. It's Sunday. I'm on my own path trying to explain why people need to prep still on YouTube. So when you call her a Chicago tranny, you're only hurting yourself, not me. I told you this 4 days ago. There was $4 on it. I did, but don't worry about it. It's my fault, not yours, okay? Well, we're gonna have to basically penny pinch then, won't we? So I'll figure something else. I still got to figure dinner out, so I'll think about taking something out for tonight. So I'll see you when you get back. Are you? Unless you want to keep talking, I'm still here. So you can get it whenever. That's the thing. I'm just really pissed off that you didn't think. Oh yeah. All right. Well, just bring that damn can home. I'll chew on that. I will talk later. Well, you're gonna call who? I'm curious who you calling. All right. Oh, well, don't worry about it. All right. See you later then. Oh, I can't fix it. I need to say mom can send me money instead, because of whatever. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Fucking son of a bitch. Is this only the ribs we got? What is next? See. Great. I got steaks and I got ribs. Got plenty of food for the next week. Let me see. At least these aren't baby back ribs. Maybe I'll do ribs tonight. Pork chops. What do you guys think? Ribs or pork chops? I don't know. Shit, I hate this. And this is why people are fucking really, people sit there and they say, oh, common sense. There is no common sense. Yeah, Yes, they are in one. Do not let her touch your card. Yeah, you worked yourself up. I gotta leave too. I gotta take a bath. But before I go, peeps, just remember, don't touch her car. She already did. She already basically put me in overdraft. That's what pissed me off. She didn't have any fun common sense. I told her every day this week that I had $4 on my card, and I've been giving her cash instead so she could pay the stuff. In my opinion, it's not good. So for the rest of you out there, I need to basically get ready to take a bath, calm down myself. I've been on here for what, 3 hours, almost 3 hours. So Mama Pee-wee's right. We all need to calm down. Yeah. I, on the other hand, are kind of pissed. But anyways, to finish up the conversation, the nuclear war thing, what you need to do is once you know it's happened and everything else, you need potassium iodide tablets. Make sure you check your preps. Make sure you have everything you need to survive, and don't go out unless absolutely necessary, because you don't know if the area is going to be radiated, and that's where the radios and the scanners and everything else comes in handy. But since you guys are more interested in buying everything else and thinking a police scanner is kind of useless, see you later, Mama Pee-wee. Thanks. I wonder what got her to work herself up. Was it the prepping or the? All right, here we go. Come on, hold on. Hey, what's up? About to take a bath. Oh, cool. Whatever floats your boat, lady. That'd be fine. In the meantime, if you're gonna call your mom, feel free to. I don't think she's gonna budge any way you look at it. Gift cards are. Yeah, well, we'll be fine somehow. My thing is I'm just, damn. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'm getting ready to take a bath because I have to get clean anyways. So then I want to game the rest of the day and not worry about this crap. So you're on your way back home. Or are you walking at the harbor? All right. Well, I'll figure it out too. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out too, so don't worry. So anyways, I'll let you know how it goes. I got some ideas too. So in the meantime, we'll get through this somehow. So I need to take a bath. Yeah, well, I am gonna take a bath and deep think, but I don't want to be on YouTube anymore because of you know. So, okay, well, I'll see you when you get back. How far are you but to home, anyways? All right, I'll see you when you get back. I'll be in the tub. So, thanks. We'll talk then. All right, peeps, here's the plan. I'm going to go take a bath. Sunday's already done for you guys with the drama and the prepping thing, and then a guy saying, let's go over the comments once more, okay? Basically, Tildor is like, you bet your sweet ass need to pick up that. No, you know who needs to be picking up the pace instead of drinking beer all the day, barking orders at me? Is you. You sit here and you're posting comments. You say I'm being mean? Well, maybe I am. But let me just tell you. You're not posting live comments in the live chat, and I've given you moderator status. The point is you want to sit here and barbecue me. Why don't you come in the live chat? Get her done? No, not gonna get her done because everyone has their own opinions and stuff. Some people aren't made of money. Think about it. Some people don't have the money. Some people have the money, and some people, like Mama Peewee, have just explained. She's worried when the reset happens. No one knows when the reset happens, people. Let's see. Hell of a buy? Yeah, well, guess what? I'm not buying my moldy stuff because, frankly, I'm hoarding it for an emergency. Think about it. If there is no way to access your bank accounts and Amazon is still taking orders, I could use it to place grocery orders while everyone else is suffering. Question is, we're the mailman. A homemade barbecue sauce. Thanks, Mama Pee-wee. That's going to taste really good. You need to think about ribs. So, some of you preppers out there, to finalize this video at 3 hour mark, I'm going to say, let's see that. Truly, I tell you, Rita wouldn't be happy to. Yeah. Okay, truly, I'm unhappy. I could delete that comment too, but I'm leaving it. As a matter of fact, the thing is, we're not asking for gift cards. For some of you out there, if you do like my comment, you can feel free to donate. And if you don't, you don't. It's no skin off my nose. We all have to basically be tight. At least we found a spare cell phone charger. So, which reminds me, I need to send a text message out on Google Voice to there. So I just use Google Voice. Some of you don't know what it is. It's basically a voice program that's free. I just emailed 7 p.m. tonight, sis. So my sister will get the message and be like, oh, yes. So Google Voice is free. A lot of you, one of the things I got an email from someone. I got to tell you about it. Okay, a couple new items. Let me go use the bathroom real quick because I got a tinkle. Tinkle is good. And then I'm going to tell you something important. Okay. But I got to tinkle before I go. Okay. There's a lot of people saying don't spend money for the next 18 months. That's wrong. What you need to do is spend money, but spend it in your preps, okay? Buy what you need and buy only what you need, okay? People say, oh, well, what about? I want to tell you something I didn't get to tell you today. I hope. All right, Pete. I'm ready to tell you what I want to tell you in the prepping industry. When you look at company big techs shutting doors, closing, that's when you got to realize something's wrong. Amazon's laid off 20,000 workers. Google, Meta, Twitter. This is the fall of what's going to happen. You see, when you look at the stocks, you say, oh, well, it doesn't affect me. Right, it doesn't. So when Google can't make their money on ad revenue, it doesn't affect you. But it affects the 15 to 20,000 people laid off. But since you're not in the tech industry, who cares, right? Eventually, this is the downfall of America. Think of it, big tech. What happens if you wake up one morning, hypothetically, and it's getting worse, and no debt cap's been raised, and you wake up and you read the news on your whatever news feed, your liberal or your right wing or left wing media, and it says Twitter's gone. No more Twitter, no more Meta, no more Instagram. That just cuts out 1/4 of people's communications, right? What are you going to do then? Are you going to sit there and say, okay, I can handle, And then what if one day you wake up, right? And they say, oh, Google's too big to fail, right? And they say Google lays off 30,000 engineers. Most of them are in the Google Voice. They say, oh, we can't afford Google Voice. They throw you out so you don't have Google Voice. Then you sit there and say, oh, well, I have Google Gmail. Eventually, Google's going to have to make some tight corners. Are they going to make web browsers? Are they going to do something else? Or are they going to do something else? Eventually, you're going to see them downsizing during the Depression, right? Then you're going to sit there one day and you're going to hear, Google is no longer providing emails to anyone. Whoops. Then what are you going to do? Oh, well, I'll go to Yahoo. And if you go to Yahoo, Yahoo's like Yahoo Finance. Yeah. Then Yahoo has cut corners. So they cut out 90% of their revenue and all this stuff, and they get rid of email. Then what? You go to AOL? Oh, I'll go to AOL. Eventually, you're going to see less and less emails in the market. But some people are like, oh, I have internet, so I'm good, right? Eventually, the internet companies are going to see there's a lot of bandwidth not being used, or there's going to be a lot more being used because of videos. So what happens during the pandemic, right? Or not pandemic, let's just say apocalypse. Then you see companies basically saying, oh, well, you can't get out of this. We're going to take your card, right? So you go down to the bank. Let's just say the bank's telling you can have $1,000 limit, right, to take out once a month, hypothetically, right? To keep the bank solid. So say I go to the bank one day and I say, hey, can I get a new debit card? And so even though it takes 3 weeks for the mail to get, I can say, well, I can get you guys cut me a check from time to time so we can pay the bills. All right, no problem. Trust the bank, right? Meanwhile, the bank does their part for me. I get a new card, right? Meanwhile, I tell them I want off the master system, right? So they take it off, right? Meanwhile, these companies are going to be forcing you, the programs that you subscribe to, people are going to start basically demanding to be taken off the master list. When they do, these companies are going to slowly fail. Let's just say hypothetically, one day you go and you get off the master list, you remove your card, you get a new card. And Google is already basically floundering, right? And you look and you say, well, there's Apple, Safari, there's Mozilla, which is free. Mozilla might be taking donations, so Mozilla might pick up. Microsoft Edge might be going down the toilet. And then your bloody Safari's gone, right? And other browsers are being condensed. So let's just say there's 4 browsers. Opera leaves eventually, right? So during the Great Depression, you're going to see things being cut, right? So these companies turn around. One day you're watching TV. Let's just say you have internet and you're using your thing. It says breaking news: Netflix has failed. So Netflix is gone. Well, Netflix and Hulu go. Then you're saying, okay, well, that's $30 a month that I saved already because everyone's going to be saving $30 a month. Then what happens? Then one day you'll watch, like 3 months later, they'll say like Showtime has failed, HBO's failed, Paramount's failed, all these streaming services failed. Then you have the real burden of the country, right? What is the country supporting on streaming service? You got free Crackle, Tubi, Roku, Yahoo, or and YouTube, right? So you got 4 platforms, right, doing commercials. But eventually, the people of the world are going to turn around and see that there's no commercials to provide. No one's going to sponsor commercials. It's not going to be like, David Frost doing the Nixon interviews and it's co-sponsored by Weed Whacker or Weed Eater, right? So what happens? Eventually, I got to take a bath shortly. Eventually, the truth is, and the truth nuggets for you shitbirds out there is that they don't get any sponsors. So one day you'll go onto YouTube and what do you see? No sponsors. No sponsors for what? Commercials. So eventually you're going to see breaking news. Roku and Tubi's gone. Right? Roku device is gone. You still have a Roku, but what are you streaming it to? YouTube, right? Eventually you're going to see all these apps basically being useless. And if someone in the Roku engineer department is still keeping Roku going, they're going to basically go in and put a thing in there, purchase all your free channels, and now you're going to see your Roku device getting less. And eventually, if there is no commercials during the Great Depression on YouTube, your YouTube channels are gone. Twitch is gone. Tumblr's gone. Everything's gone. And you're sitting there going, see, I told you so, because think of it. First, they're going to start cutting services down. One day, they're going to sit there and say, sorry, Chloe, you can't call Rita's Google Voice number because we're not supporting Google Voice. We have to cut corners, the ABC. So first, you watch the tech industry cut all their wages and labors. Eventually, you're going to see people turn around and literally see the next wave. I mean, look, you got to take into account. There's something not right now, okay? Me and Chloe, we live on the weirdest place in the world, okay? Some people say, oh, it's great, it's peaceful, right? Okay, so let's see. There's Pacific Pride, there's Shell, and then there's Shell. Yet, what's going on? Is the gas pumps now running out of gas because no one's coming here? Is the tourists not coming here, so they're shutting down businesses? I mean, look. You got to look at the picture of the preppers. For example, Chloe, she may be a dipshit, but she went to get me an omelet one day. And she's like, oh, you can save money by skipping the omelet. The bear wanted an omelet. You give the omelet or you make the fucking omelet yourself. She doesn't know how to make an omelet because I got to buy an omelet pan. That's another purchase. But for the sake of the argument, the good Lord says polar bear ain't getting omelet. She goes there, sign on the door, closed. She goes next door, closed. She goes to get my tobacco, closed. You got to ask yourself. The true question. Chloe doesn't ask it. She sits there and says, oh, well, question's this. Chloe may be disabled, dumb as a box of rocks. She doesn't mind me throwing slings at her because it basically makes her think, makes her chew in her head. Here's the question. If the fucking gas station's closed and the fucking restaurants are closed and the fucking grocery stores are cutting down their supplies, you got to ask yourself what the fuck is going on in America. Ask. Think about it. Chloe doesn't ask. Chloe just sits there and says,
That's to supply and demand, I guess, and what supplies they can get.
What's to say? Well, let me ask you this. Gas station's closed, hypothetically. Did they change up their little signs on the oil or what does, I mean, Chloe said there's some type of corporate party or something. Where's the corporate party if there's no stores open? Supply and demand on what? Gas? I mean, literally, the truckers use the gas station next to the U-Haul station, next to that restaurant Zoe found. By the way, when you go towards the towards the food co-op and the bakery.
Yeah.
You have that gas station, and then you have those like little storage sheds.
Yes.
And then that little office park building.
Yes.
Did you know that little office park building's got a restaurant bar in there called something of the town? It's like the light of the town or something in there, and they got like a London Royal French dip type thing. Zoe found it by mistake. It's right across the street from the crappy Roach Motel. I mean, literally, it's inside an office building.
I'll check it out next month.
Hi. We're going to have to conserve. What do you guys think, huh? Hello. I get a payment. you're down to 4. You want one now? That's all you get today. See, I'm trying to keep Zoe out so he can dance. I can dance. I can dance. I can dance on video. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Okay. You guys get to be the witness of this. Okay. Okay. You guys got to get to see a little mop show. See? That's all he wants. Then later when I'm offline, he'll be like, and we'll be like, you already got one. And then Chloe will be like, you already got one. Got to conserve. So, for all of you out there, before I go, okay, the main thing is you got to ask yourself. You got to keep a journal. You got to keep your eyes and ears open. You got to look. The gas station's using a corporate party card and they've been closed for 4 days. You got to ask yourself. Could be that, for all we know, it went bankrupt.
I hope not. I hope not. I go there a lot.
And then, well, they got good breakfast sandwiches, but I don't know why the hell they're closed. That's the thing. And then the grocery store. Let's go to the grocery store. Chloe went through every aisle the other day, and she said there's 40% of the entire both stores are empty, including my damn chocolate milk. I had to go buy a fucking four 1 gallon plus. Hold on. I know you lady like chocolate syrup, but you stay away from my 4 gallons of chocolate syrup.
For your chocolate milk, I get it.
And you stay away from my strawberry gallon milk too, so I can have strawberry syrup too.
Strawberry.
Yeah, well, and my hot fudge. So, that said, everyone, you got to basically keep on prepping because it's not going to get any easier. And for me, I'm ready to take a bath. But my point is, think of the big techs. When you start to see, this is where I wanted to go, okay? When you see the big techs losing their marbles, right? And laying off people, that's the start of the depression. 2 is that no one's buying houses. 3 is used cars have dropped in price. New cars have dropped. Everything is dropping. The credit empire is collapsing. And yet, look at technology, for example, right? You look at game systems. New games are coming out every month. No one's buying them. And the game companies are like, well, we need to cut our corners. Other gamers, okay, other gamers are financing their games. They're like, oh yeah, I got this new game here. It came out yesterday. They're all reviewing it. And then they're making a little profit on YouTube, but they don't realize that eventually their profits and margins are gone. YouTube's going to go, then what? I don't make money on YouTube. I say I accept donations, but that's it. But my point is, I don't press for it either. I'm saying, look at the pattern. You got big tech laying people off. You got companies. Okay, companies. I'm going to give you guys an example, right? There's a tech company that someone emailed me on the other day asking me how come it's not making money. And I said, well, when GRE was making scanners, they made some really damn fine scanners. Best scanners on the market. Uniden was bought out. Bearcat was bought out by Uniden. Then it was Uniden Bearcat. But look at Uniden. When GRE sold to Whistler, right? Look at the stocks, right? Stocks are stale. They haven't brought in any new products since 2019, 2018, right? People are buying older model scanners or actually buying scanners that are new for $100, but those stocks petered out. Why? Because everyone's trying to go digital encryption, which they say once the shit hits the fan, the digital encryption radio is going to be obsolete because everyone's going to want the cheapest radios possible, which will be analog. You know why? Because no one can maintain a digital P1 or P2 trunking system. Cheaper to go with analog. 2, they're not going to care who's listening in because most people won't have a radio anyways, in their opinion, because they're more worried about other things. Think of the new.
I got a question when it comes to radios. what about like FM radio and AM radio? Do you think that'll change?
FM and AM radio. Good question. Okay, I'm going to give you two answers here. Okay, FM and AM will still be in business. The thing is, I keep telling you guys, prep for the radio. You can have a tape deck. You can have a portable radio. You can have a radio you can buy down the street with just a CD player built in. You can even go down and get a TV. I think they make them, right? Let me go Google it because I just want to see.
Satellite TV will be gone.
There's a lot that's going to be gone, and I'll explain that in a second. Remember what I said. Once the Great Depression hits, people are going to try to cling on. These master companies are going to try to cling on to your credit cards to make you pay for services that you're not getting, or until they basically see everyone canceling the master log and then basically seeing their companies like Netflix fail. Let me see something real quick. All right, so I know about these from time to time, right? All right, so is this it? Let me look at this.
I'm just kind of thinking about all those WoW gamers who pay 15 a month for WoW. When WoW gets shut down, they'll get charged 15 a month.
So there's a guy selling a rechargeable CD player, tape deck, TV combo for $60, but the problem is they don't have you know.
I'm gonna head in there and turn it down with the video.
Well, I'm taking a bath shortly. So, for example, they don't make them, right? The government doesn't want you having a CD player, radio, TV combo anymore, right? But back in the day, for power outages, natural disasters, you could always have your little Watchman with a tape deck or, whatever. Black and white worked perfectly. But nowadays, it doesn't work because no one has those. They want you to have a digital TV, which requires a digital rechargeable battery. So when the rechargeable battery fails, that's it. But if the networks fail, that means the news agencies aren't going to be on television. Remember, during the Great Depression, we didn't have TV at all. So Chloe asked, will AM FM radio be in business if they have sponsors? Now, if there's no sponsors, AM FM radio is dead too. Same with TV networks. Like where we live, we have Cairo King and Como. Think about it. Dead. Dead Jim. So, point being, use your own common sense. Just think about it. You got to get your house in order. There's items you can buy and there's items you can't buy. But then again, I don't control your money. It's like me trying to teach Zoe that in a crisis, some people might buy books. Some people might not buy books. It's hit or miss. Some people might buy food and some people might buy a cigar. It's hit or miss. The question is, what are you going to do in the situation? We don't know until we're there. But until we're there, keep on prepping because that's all you can do. Once you keep prepping, that's it. Once the shit hits fan, you're gone. Big deal. Who cares? I hate these fucking people trying to sell me something that's garbage. Oh, we did whatever. Don't care. Doesn't affect me at all. So, anyways, I'm going to go take a bath because I can. But the truth is in the pudding, people. Keep on prepping and watch layoffs like crazy. Remember what Pee Wee said. Someone's going to be basically angry at the fact that you're paying $15.74 for a McDonald's worker to earn minimum wage, but your burger prices aren't $1 anymore. Frankly, I like the old McChickens for $1. How much is a McChicken going for currently? Does anyone know? See, that's a question, because I buy a bag of McChickens. Let me look. Have you had your McDumpers today? I don't eat at McDonald's, but I'm just curious about they got McDelivery now. Welcome to McDelivery. I don't care. Let me just see the menu. I want burgers. Do they have the Okay, I want a McChicken. How much is a McChicken? There's cheeseburger. Oh, they don't even have a McChicken anymore. You go chicken and fish sandwiches. Here we go. I thought it was under burgers. Crispy chicken, Filet-O-Fish, and McChicken. There it is, a McChicken. So the question is 400 calories. How much? Okay, so the dollar menu. Here you go. What's on the dollar menu? Sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, McDouble, and McChicken. So what's the McChicken? It's $3 for a sandwich. I mean, literally, if that's $3, I wouldn't be paying $3 for a McChicken nor a McDouble. I mean, literally, they don't tell you. It's like, oh yeah. So there you go. But then again, I don't eat. Yeah. So, anyways, I need to take a bath because it's time. But now I want to explain a few things. Okay, a lot of preppers out there have seen the new updates in the preppers list. A couple of people asked me about the flour. Flour's fine. You just use flour. That's for bread makers. No, someone asked about the Roku Express and the preppers list. The Roku Express is a cut cords. Basically, if you want to basically use Tubi, YouTube, Roku, etc., you can. Yeah. And you don't even have to pay for services. That's one of the things I was talking about. So, anywho, I want to go bye-bye. And I will check in with you later because it's bath time, game time. Talk about dinner. Give me a second before I leave. Tinkle real quick. Tinkle, tinkle, little star.
We got to figure out what to do with the bank account.
I'll think about it in the tub, by the way. Phone, please.
Yes.
She doesn't want to answer you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Gotta delete this. Okay, let me see here. All right. I don't have Chloe charge this up again. So I just emailed my sister again. All right, let's get the bank account checked out because I'm really pissed. I am. Hold on. Let me see swabbling about. Hold on. Try and get the key bank. What is it you're swabbling? I don't know what you're doing, Rita. I can't even fucking get my bank account squared away with fucking everything else going down the fucking shitter. So basically, right? Uh, is it this one we want? Let me look. Let me see. Let me look. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I need to do this real quick. I got 3 things to do. See, I can't even get a fucking relaxing bath in without fucking handling all this administrative duties. Okay. All right. Hold on. Well, you need to check your bank account. Oh, by the way, I need to do some stuff. I'm so blind and retarded and blah, 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 whatever. You know, we got a comment from damn fucking bugs. I wish you would fucking get rid of the bugs. Chloe fucking so damn lazy. Chloe went any slower during this doing the damn dish, she would be going backwards. Yeah, well, trust me. No, yeah, here we go. Let me see. Is this the one we're looking for? Yeah, apparently. So apparently, I'm trying to find. Is this the other video or? So apparently, okay. I'm trying to find something. Yeah, this is the appliance preppers list. No, yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, there. Yeah, we're talking about preppers appliance, so I got lost out. So now maybe I can do my business that I needed to do without having any more problems. So let me go through the comments. If Chloe went any sort, CHLOE. CHLOE. Yeah. Let's go check my bank account. So keep on prepping. Watch where technology changes and things. People are going to start cutting back more and more services to survive, and they're going to do everything they can to keep more money in their pocket. When that happens, things are going to get worse. Now I got to get this done. And I'll check my bank account balance. So, with no one commenting, I'm getting ready to check my balance, which I hate doing because that son of a bitch. All right. Maybe I'll go down to the fucking bank and fix this myself. Literally, how much did it fucking cost me for that fucking can? $10 plus this. Yep. So $10. Yep. $47. Yeah. See, that's why I tell Chloe not to fucking touch it. Problem is, no one fucking listens. So, anyways, let's just go up here. So, and we'll go from there. I'm not, yeah. So, anywho, I would like to. I'm gonna get things prepped anyways. Chloe's gonna get my clothes out. I'm gonna start prepping and doing some stuff. Yeah, I did my job yesterday. So apparently, Chloe was bitching about a couple things. I'd take care of that for a second. I got bitch about my bank account. So, with only one person watching and 3 hours, 34 minutes, I'm done. You have a good day. Bath time's calling me, and then video games. And I got to talk about dinner. So, do I do ribs? Or do I do pizza? Or do I do another batch of hot dogs? I don't have any hot dog buns left, so might be ribs tonight. I'll get the hot dog buns tomorrow. So, with 0 people watching, thanks for tuning in. And I will get to what the hell is wrong with this fucking guy? He's emailed me 3 fucking emails. I'm going to put the spam in my spam folder. Minister or not, pissing me off. So, apparently, I'll get to you guys later because of it. So, I, of course, pissed off anyway. Look at it. So, I'm leaving. So, you guys, yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys be. So thanks for watching. Keep on prepping, do your own research. Great reset's coming. Civil War, possibly. World War III, possibly. Nuclear war, possibly. Banking collapse, definitely. Black Swan event, definitely. So that said, everyone, thanks for watching. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button. So it's fun for family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. It's also fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, service dogs. Just leave the comments. Nice is all we ask. Thank you, and God bless you and everything you do.